turn my camera. Alright. You guys able to see? Or did it crash out or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
So on the right hand side you can see those are my notes.
Good. That's all for you.
We're gonna start with Nico. So for your dice rolls, you can go to Dice Roller. You can use the dice bot, or I can roll for you on the virtual tabletop. What would you prefer for your dice rolls? Now,
I
bear in
think I'll
mind,
roll my dice.
you want to roll? Okay, so do you want to use the bot or do you want to use Dice Roller on Google?
Yeah.
If you want to use the bot, I'll teach you how to use it. So the command is /roll.
Ooh.
So if you go into the Dice Rolls channel,
Oh shit. Okay.
go in there, and
Okay.
you're gonna use command
And
/roll space
roll.
6 space 3d6. Okay, so and then Tamaki, you can do the same thing. So again, the command is /roll. Okay, space
Can you roll
6
for me? Is that
space.
possible?
That's fine. Yeah, I can roll for you too. Some players find it very fun to roll, so I encourage you to do it, but it's not required. Let's see. Like usual, the dealer can hand you the cards as well, or roll the dice for you. All right, so yeah, wrong command. Try again. It's /roll space 6 space 3d6. Okay.
3d6. Okay.
Yo, DM. Am I?
No, you're
Too
not too
late?
late. We're in our prep time right now. We're just getting everyone ready.
Alright.
Welcome back.
All right. Thanks very much.
Good job. All right, you got it. So we're playing OD&D, by the way, Nico, and your scores are rolled 3d6 down the line. So basically that means you have 12 strength, 9 intelligence, 8 wisdom, 13 dexterity, 7 constitution, and 13 charisma. And this kind of describes your character's capabilities at the start of his adventuring career,
good.
pretty much. Yeah. So you can tell that any score that's 9 to 12, by the way, is average. Means you're good as everyone else, right? Anything above 13 and above is above average, right? You're better than everyone else at that. And then, of course, below 9, so 8 and lower, you're a little worse than everyone else. You can see that you're very dexterous and very charismatic, right? But you kind of lack wisdom and constitution, right? So you're not as tough, maybe. You're not as perceptive, but then you're very quick on your feet and with your hands. And then, of course, you're pretty good at talking and pretty good at leading, right? So, all right. Tamaki's gonna do the same, but she wants me to roll for her, so I'll do it on the tabletop tray. Okay, so her strength is 14, her intelligence is 15, her wisdom is 14. So already very good scores, very lucky rolls. Okay, your dexterity is 12, constitution is 13, and charisma is 6. So basically, your character's a bit shy, not as good of a leader, perhaps, right? Not very confident, but overall, exceptionally capable at being an adventurer, right? Very strong, smart, wise, and durable, decently fast, right? All right. The next step is you both will choose your character's classes, okay? So your class is your role in the party, your job, right? There are 7 classes, as per usual, in OD&D. I'll go over them. Let's see. Let me grab the rules real quick. Alright. So here you got a picture of the different classes. You've got a dwarf here, a cleric, an elf or magic user, a fighter, a thief, a halfling, right? Maybe a fighter right here too, another elf or fighter, thief, right? So anyway, there are 7 choices, right? Every class has a different prime requisite, which is basically they require a certain ability, right, to be good at that class, good at that job, right? So basically that means that certain classes are going to be recommended to you and certain ones will not be, right? For Nico, because your character is dexterous and charismatic, decently strong, it's recommended that you're going to play either a halfling or a fighter or mostly a thief, okay? And then Tamaki, because your character is very capable of everything, you basically can choose any class. Every class is good for you, The only ones I would stay away from maybe is maybe thief, because thieves require a higher dexterity, but you've got a decent dexterity. Okay, so any class is good for your character. All right. Take a moment, think about it. When you're ready, just tell me what class you want. I can show you some of the descriptions down here too.
Yeah, really wanted to go with cleric, but
Yeah, you're not as wise. It is possible we can adjust your scores slightly. There are some changes we can make if you choose that class. Certain scores can be lowered to raise your wisdom, which is what they need.
oh, like it's possible.
It is possible.
But are there drawbacks?
Not really. Not a major drawback. If you want, you can actually trade up to 2 of your strength points to increase your wisdom to 9. So you'll be an average cleric early on. Would you like to do that? It's possible for you to play a decent cleric.
If I went with cleric, like what's my starting weapons?
Your starting gear is going to be mostly equipment dealing with undead, so like a holy symbol most likely, maybe a club, right? And your main job, of course, is to protect the party from undead and evil. You'll be able to eventually cast spells, cleric spells, at level 2 if you make it there, or that far. But overall, like, clerics are really good. They're very good at fighting, and especially good at fighting off undead, right? They're super powerful against the undead. So, yeah. You want to try the cleric class?
Go with cleric.
Alright, good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a holy warrior, crusader, right? Templar. Alright. And Tamaki, do you know what class you want?
Elf, I think.
Okay, yeah. Good choice. Alright. So the next step is you guys have to roll your character's hit points, which reflect, of course, how hard you can be hit before you're killed. For Nico, clerics have 1d6 or 1 to 6 hit points, so in the roll channel, do slash roll space 1d6, okay? And then, welcome Mitch, by the way. I saw you just jump in, no worries. We're just in our prep time. Right now we're just getting the some new characters rolled up. Tamaki.
I'm not gonna stay, bro. I'm happy that they're playing.
You're not playing today? Alright, all good.
No, I mean, like, I could tell them what happened last game, but...
Oh, I got it.
Like...
Alright. So,
Sorry, what was that?
They're good.
Roll
I'll just have it for y'all.
dice.
Tamaki, you're gonna roll a...
Don't you do nothing with that evil hand while I'm gone.
Alright. Tamaki.
Hey, what's that?
You've got 1d6 hit points,
Sorry.
so go ahead and roll a d6. Oh wait, I'm gonna roll for you, right? Or do you want to roll?
Roll.
Okay, alright. Nico, try again. You messed up, it looks like. So just try slash roll space 1d6, no space. No space between the 1 and the d6. There you go. Alright, you've got 2.
I got 2.
Your adjustment is a -1, unfortunately,
Damn.
because your character is not very durable. So you actually start with 1 hit point, which is the minimum requirement. Alright.
Wow, that's...
It'll be rough for you at the start. Basically, you can imagine your cleric is probably like, he's very young in his career, right? That's why he's not very tough. He's like maybe 15, like the minimum age, right, to like set out as an adventurer. So, a young man, very young man.
little scrawny.
Yeah, it's okay. He'll get stronger. Tamaki.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for you, right? Okay, so here you go. Nice. All right, so that's average. You have a +1 bonus due to your high constitution, so +1. You have 4 hit points total. All right. Next is we're going to determine your starting gear, and you can either take the basic starting equipment for your characters. It'll be very quick if you do that, or you can roll up money and then pick up what you want by yourself, right? So Nico, do you want to roll money and then pick up your gear, or do you want to take a basic set of gear and be ready to go?
I think I'll do the basics because I don't have that much money.
Okay, yeah, so you're going to start with the following gear. helmet, holy symbol, club, knapsack, medicine, bandages, tourniquet, tunic, belt, brace, and shoes. Okay, so that's your list of equipment or items. And then Tamaki, do you want the basic elf equipment or do you want to pick up your gear yourself?
I'll pick the basic one.
Okay, so most elf adventurers start with a helmet, cloak, staff, spellbook of sleep, tunic, belt, brace, shoes, and that's it. Is that okay?
Alright.
Okay. Alright, so last step for you both is you have to choose your character's names. So Nico, do you want to pick your own name? Do you want to randomly generate a name, or would you like an old school D&D name, which you have to roll for?
Can I pick my own name?
Yeah, sure. What would you like?
EZRA.
Oh yeah, you played as Ezra the other day, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to your
Yeah.
sheet. Did you die as Ezra? Do you remember?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did.
Okay, no worries. Alright, this is the real Ezra then, I guess. That was your trial. Okay.
Mhm.
So, Tamaki, what would you like to name your...
Ezra Jr.
Yeah, it could be Ezra the Second.
Uh,
Oh yeah, so if it's Ezra the Second, you'll start with one extra
Ami.
copper, by the way. Nika, is that fine? You want to be Ezra the Second, the son of Ezra the First? Or the heir of Ezra?
Oh yeah.
Or do you just want to be the first Ezra and just say that your other Ezra?
The first would be. Yeah.
You want to be the
real
first?
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was just a different Ezra, I suppose. Alright, sorry, before you got cut off, Tamaki, what were you gonna say?
Ami. A-M-I.
A-M-I? Okay. Mai? You want your name to be Mai?
Ami.
Oh, Ami. A-M-I, my bad. Ami. Okay. And then Ezra. Alright, and this is just Ezra the First, or Ezra. Okay. Alright, sit tight. You both are ready to play now. I'm gonna help the other players get ready as well, so... In the meantime, you can do other things. Just be ready to play when the time comes. I'm gonna change your nicknames real quick. But yeah, you guys are good to go. So you're ready to play now. Let's see.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, I'm just gonna go alphanumerically, so we can keep track. We're gonna start with Ethan. You're playing as Connor. So, do you have anything to prepare before we start, or you just want to bank your money, or something else?
Yes, I would like to purchase a heavily plus. I'm going to quickly look up what that is. I don't know what a mouse is. There we go. That's what a mouse is. All right. I was just looking at what a mouse was. I want to purchase a heavy mouse.
Malice. What is that?
Yes, I think I'm saying that right. Mala, or I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrong. The
He's talking about the
I
the male.
Oh, mail.
Male.
Yeah, mail armor, chainmail. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the old or real spelling of chainmail. It's actually just mail.
I
chain armor.
see.
Alright, so you want
Actually,
mail
it's
armor. Yeah.
What is that?
It looks like this.
Heavy mail.
I'll show you. So, yeah, chain armor, right? Mail.
Chainmail, yeah. Yeah. I just didn't realize that was the old spelling.
Alright, so, let's see.
I read it as a mouth.
You want a heavy one, or just a normal one?
Yeah, heavy one.
Okay.
That's...
Alright, let's see.
Why did my Discord go all laggy all of a sudden?
Alright, so that should only cost you... So a normal one costs 1 silver, so that should only cost you 2. So you're down to 80 coppers.
Yes, 80 coppers.
Armor class
And
has increased.
I am going to purchase... Okay, where's armor? 80 copper. I'm going to buy a plate.
Okay. You want a heavy one or just a normal one?
I can't get heavy. It's
Oh,
5
yeah,
silver
it's too
pieces, and
expensive.
if I only have 80.
Right. You're right. Absolutely.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
So plate curious then.
If I'm able to get a piece of gold, I get heavy. Upgrade it to heavy. Yeah. Then that means I only have 20 copper left, if I'm at the correct one.
Let's see. So that's a -3 bonus. So you went down to -1 armor class, and this is -3 as well. Then -1, -2. Okay, so that's -3. All right. What else did you want? A new weapon?
Yeah. I would like a.
So you've got a normal sized weapon. You might want a small and a large weapon too, to pair up for different like scenarios.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to get a pole arm.
Okay.
Yeah, pole arm. I'm seeing it's called right here. Is a pole arm just like any, like?
Yeah, that's just generic. So
Any,
it could be
like,
any
long
kind of
weapon,
polearm.
like a halberd.
Yep, halberd, bardiche,
Yeah.
bill hook. Any basic polearm.
Okay. I need a small one. Let's do. Oh, I do have a sling already, but it's ranged. Let's get myself a short sword. Short sword.
Alright, that should only cost 6, so you're down to 13.
13, and I bank the 13.
Yeah.
That's all I need for the preparations.
Sounds good. Alright, so now Ethan's ready. Geese, it will be your turn now. So, looks like you've got 2 coppers. Would you like to make any purchases? Okay. You want to bank these last 2 or hold on to it? Okay.
Well, yeah, why not? A whopping $2.
Alright, Karm, CRONUS' turn. You've got 345 on you. Do you have any preparation you want to take on?
Let's see. It's what I got. I got a sword. I got a shield. Got a spear. Some good. Let's get a dagger.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's get a what are the benefits of a masterwork spear? +1 or
Masterwork spear. Let's see. I think it will just have the weight.
yeah.
Let me double check. Doesn't do terribly much.
Okay.
Let's see. Masterwork weapons. Alright, so if you decided to get a masterwork one, it would get a +1 to hit. That's it. So you'll have a higher chance to hit.
All right. So let me get a
And the cost is 10
Let me
times
get a
as much.
masterwork.
So like
10 coppers.
Which one did you want? A masterwork sword?
Let's do a masterwork spear first.
Masterwork spear. Okay, so it only costs you 30 coppers then. Is that okay?
Okay, let's do that. Masterwork spear.
Okay, so 311 is left. Masterwork. You want a sling on there too? So let's see. Oh, you already have a spear.
There's
we'll
no
sell
masterwork sling, right?
We'll sell the old spear then real quick. You can get a
Yeah.
1 for it. So back at 311.
Yeah, that's fine.
Slung. Masterwork 2. And what else do you want? You want a masterwork sling? Like for shooting stones?
Is that a thing?
You could, yeah. A really well made sling, right? So
Yeah, let's get a.
masterwork
Yeah,
sling.
let's get a masterwork sling.
Alright, it would only cost you 10 coppers then. Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine.
And your old sling will just get rid of it then.
Yep.
Or actually, we can say that we put it on your spear as a normal sling. So we'll give you 1 copper back. And then it's put you at 312 minus 10, so 302. Okay. Alright, anything else?
All right, let's get a masterwork. Let's see, how much is a masterwork heavy gamison?
Let's see. It would be so 10 times 10, I think, yeah. So 100 coppers for a masterwork heavy gamison.
Okay, wait, that's like plus 2 AC or something?
Yeah, minus 2 armor class bonus, half the weight.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, we'll do that. Your old one,
And
we'll just sell the
masterwork.
old one then.
Give it to a party member.
Oh, so give this away?
Give it to a party
Okay.
member.
I'll just put
Yeah,
this
just
on
give
the
it
side.
to whoever needs it.
Okay.
Yeah, put it to the side. And then one more thing, I would like a masterwork heavy shield.
Alright, we'll put this old one to the side then. Buy a brand new one.
Yep.
Alright. So masterwork heavy shield will cost the same pretty much, but 1 extra copper for the sling. So
That's fine.
total price would be 101 coppers. You're down to 101. I've got a masterwork heavy shield.
That's fine.
Okay.
And torches in a tinder box.
Alright, we can put that in a knapsack for you then. Let's see. Or do you want a satchel instead?
Buy a knapsack. What's the difference?
Price difference. Satchel costs, I think, 2 coppers. Carries double the amount. Weighs the same as a knapsack. They both
Give
weigh
me
1
a
pound.
cart,
Yeah.
bitch.
You want a satchel?
Yeah, let's get a satchel.
Yeah, it's definitely better if you have the money. 98. Satchel. And torches. Tinderbox.
Did you hear me, Tim?
Yeah. You don't
Alright.
got enough for one?
What do you want?
I'm broke as fuck, dude. I got 2 copper.
You want a cart?
How much is a cart?
No,
a
I'm just
cart
being a
is
With
50
I
coppers.
guess
A hand
for
cart
real?
is 25.
50. Yeah.
You want a hand cart or
yeah,
a
nah, I'm
actual
good.
cart?
I think that's it. I think I'm gonna bank my money now.
Alright, 96 in the bank.
I needed to upgrade my person.
Alright, yeah,
Not
you're
bad,
heavily
not
kitted out.
bad. Now I
Let's
got a-
see. Let's check your arm class
Now I got a
bonuses.
+2 to hit in range.
This is a 2. This is a 3.
I got a +1
2.
in dex.
That's true. So, again, 2, 3, 2. So that's already at 7. 8. So you're AC 1, but with your heavy masterwork shield, it would be AC -1. Okay. That's a pretty good armor class. Alright.
Oh.
So, next is Ming's turn. Let me grab your sheet.
I mean,
One moment.
it's still pretty good without the shield.
Yeah, it is. Most monsters need an 18 or higher to hit you. Alright, trouble. Alright, so Ming, you've got, let's see, 25 on you. Do you need to prepare anything before you start?
Yeah, how am I doing on the rations?
Let's see. You are at 3 rations. Would you like to resupply?
Are those still good?
Yeah, rations don't go bad typically.
Okay, cool. Then I think I'm fine with that.
Okay.
What do I have? Charm person. So I think I'm good. Apart from, is there armor possibly that I could look into?
Yeah. How heavy of armor do you want to go with? If you want, I can recommend you a cheap, or not a cheap, but a lightweight, but very expensive armor, if that's what you want.
Yeah, when you say very expensive, how much is that?
So the lightest heavy armor I think is lamellar. Let me double check. So you already have a gamson. You've got the best gamson available, pretty much. If you want to upgrade it, that's fine. But I don't think you have enough money to upgrade it. So your next bet would be to.
Okay, now that I'm good to go.
You're good. You don't want to upgrade. Because there's some
Yeah,
lamellar
no.
if you want that.
If I can't really afford anything.
You can afford a lamellar, I think. Let me double check. Okay, so lamellar is 30 copper pieces, but you can also get scale. If you're willing to wear heavy armor, scale is 30 pounds of weight, gives you a -2 AC bonus, and costs only 20 coppers. So it's cheap armor, and it's a good bonus. The only problem with it is that it's heavy, right? So it wouldn't be a problem for like a poor fighter, but alright, but you're not a fighter, so
Yeah, but for magic use it with. Yeah.
it would weigh you down too much.
Okay. So, what sort of penalties would I incur during spellcasting with that armor?
So the heavier you are, right, the slower your character is, and the slower your initiative possibly is, right? But overall, as long as you can still move when, as long as you're not over encumbered, you're fine, pretty much. Doesn't really penalize you until you're over encumbered, right?
Okay. I think I will. Yeah, probably take a shot at that. Drop my armor class a bit.
Okay. So you want the scale armor, right? For 20.
Yeah.
For 20.
Yeah.
All right.
And
You
I'll
got
bank
5
the
on it.
change.
All right. We do have to double check, make sure you're not over encumbered. All right. So we've got 20,
Sure.
40, 70, 80, 82, 83, 84, 80, 89, 90, 91, 92. Yeah, usually 10 scrolls will equal 1 pound, so let's see. And then 93, 90, 96, 99. Alright, so it looks like you're definitely above heavy encumbrance, but you haven't gone past 160. So as soon as you go past 160 pounds, you're over encumbered as a human. So, which you're not.
Okay,
so
cool.
You're just
Yeah.
heavy.
Fair
You're a
enough.
heavy footman.
So I'll take the new heavy armor and
Yep.
unequip the current one that I have. Maybe give it to one of the
You can wear them
party
together.
members.
Your Gamson and the scale can be worn together if you want.
Oh, awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So the padding under the
No.
scale armor. Right?
Then I'll wear them together.
Yeah, so you've got scale armor right now, which is
Yeah, cool.
very good armor for cheap. Looks like this. Right, so scale armor. Right, so something like that. It's just very heavy, but cheap and
Cool.
protective.
Thank you.
Alright. So, now that he's ready to go, we'll check with, I think that was it, right? Everyone else should be ready. So, now that we're all ready to play, before we start, we'll take a little 5-minute break. And in this break, you guys can, if you want, discuss what kind of game you guys want to play. Whether you want to go with a classic D&D adventure, or if you want to try out some different kinds of games like D&D war games, or maybe a Dungeons and Dragons pastime game. So I'll let you guys decide, right? Those are your options today. If you want to get straight into combat or don't want to do any combat at all today, you can do a pastime, but your group can decide. Yeah, so I'll come back in 5 minutes, ready to decide. I'll put a timer on the board.
That's good.
So,
How are you, Ken?
we're gonna evaluate the coin versus risk
good.
ratio.
Hope you're doing good.
So
Anybody got any
there's
ideas?
this. There's this kobold kobold colony me and one other dude found last time we played. It's full of kobolds. It's inside a mine full of copper, lots of copper, and I think there's be.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a relatively easy and relatively easy way to get experience and some money.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any ideas?
I'm down with anything.
I'm here for the ride.
Yep. Yeah.
Right, let's go commune
Right,
with some
next.
rules.
I'll be right back. I gotta swap to my phone.
Well, I gotta go to work. You guys have lots of fun. Goodbye.
Hey, thanks, man.
Have fun, buddy.
Shit, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 people. No, wait, 1. We have 5 people.
Right.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
All right. ladies and gentlemen, players, hopefully you guys are all back. Your break is over, so we're gonna start. Just a
Yes, sir.
reminder, welcome back. Just a reminder on how to play. OD&D, of course. The point of our game, as usual, is we're gonna tell stories of adventurers seeking their gold and glory through the means of hunting monsters and treasures. So the goal is to tell a story about that, of course, typically. And to play, it's very simple. The sequence of play is, as per usual, the Dungeon Master will describe to you the situation your characters are in, and everyone will have a chance to describe what the character will do in that situation. And then after that, we'll determine the results. Typically, if there are any risk involved with any of the choices you make, we'll let the dice decide if you're successful or not. Alright, so real quick, before we start, you guys have the option of going with the classic D&D adventure game, or if you want to try out a war game, or if you want to try out a pastime game, that's fine too. So we'll just have a vote real quick. I'm just going to hear everyone's thoughts on what they want to do. Starting with Connor, played by Ethan. So what would you like to do today?
Classic adventure.
Sounds good. And then
Classic D&D and adventure.
Jet, what would you like to do today?
I'm doing whatever the crowd does. There's 5 people total, so I'll be whatever the winning vote is.
Okay, sure. And Cronus, what would you like to do today?
Cool.
Alright, he's AFK. TRBOL, what would you like to do?
Classic D&D.
Sounds good. And then EZRA, what would you like to do? Sounds like classic adventure.
Classic.
Okay.
Classic.
Alright, Amy,
Yep.
do you have any preferences?
Classic is fine.
Okay, sounds good. Cronus, did you have a preference on what we did today? Did you want to go with the classic D&D adventure or?
D&D, classic D&D adventure, yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds pretty nice.
Alright
Yeah.
then.
It's a simplistic night, why not?
Alright, so our party gathers in the town of DELN, as per usual, a frontier settlement along the coast. And we have several characters in our crew today. We have Connor the veteran, played by Ethan, Yet the second and veteran, played by Geese, Cronus the veteran, played by Karm, TRBOL the medium, played by Ming, Ezra the acolyte, played by Nico, and Amy the elven veteran, played by Tamaki. You guys gather here at DELN, forming a party of adventurers seeking golden glory as a party, right? And most likely you'll be setting out for one of the various dangerous adventure locations, right, to hunt monsters and treasures. We'll see. So starting off, see, just make sure everyone's here. Connor, F1, and yeah, got Jet. We got a lot of fighters today, so should be helpful when it comes to any fighting. If we decide to do that. We got very powerful magic.
Hey, we
user.
have two magic users, cleric and 3 fighters. That's a balanced team, right there actually.
Okay, there's no thieves though. That's okay.
Yeah, sadly the traps, but you know, to each their own.
Alright, we'll have other methods of figuring out where the traps are, hopefully. Most of you brought tools for that. Before we do start, actually, there was some gear to be passed around, offered by the character Cronus, right? He's offering up a gamson and a shield. Anyone interested?
Yep, free for the taking.
I got heavy everything, so whoever needs it more than me.
Probably one of the new guys, maybe. Either
Alright,
one for each.
hey,
like to partake
cleric, hey, Amy, it's up to you.
Amy and Ezra, you guys can
Like
split
to
it.
partake it because I got 1 HP.
Yeah. Alright.
I'll
Do you
take
want
it.
the do you guys want to share? Like one of you takes something and the other takes the other, or do one of you just want both?
That would be fair. That would be fair, to be honest.
So
Sounds good.
the shield is very
Sounds good.
beneficial against missiles. The gamson is beneficial if you don't plan on using the shield, right? So Ezra, do you want to go with the gamson
take
or the
the shield.
shield? Okay.
Okay, thanks.
It will take up one of your hand slots though when you're exploring. So let's see.
Alright.
All right. So, Emmy, you received a heavy gamson.
Alright.
Okay, so it is early in the morning, and you're standing in the streets of the town of DELN. Not long ago, you guys had
2 in the morning?
finished packing your early in the morning, maybe about 8 o'clock in the morning, start of the day.
Oh, early.
We'll say
Ah.
that
My bad. I heard.
you guys were able to get breakfast in town somewhere for free, or maybe not for free, but for whatever funds you afforded yourself in the past few days working as a civilian, right? But now you're back and doing business as professional adventurers, right? And you just had breakfast. Any further foods or funding would have to come from your own listed funds, right? And you're making plans or finalizing the details. Just to give you some options of what you guys might decide, you're in DELN, and some ideas is you guys might decide to head north to the cavern in the grasslands, where there are rumored kobolds layered under the grassy hills. Another idea is you might visit the lands of the greenskins, orcs and goblins and such. They dwell in the woods east of us, the caverns in that jungle, right? And then southeast, if you're interested in something more dangerous, a little further away, in the swamps to the southeast is an ancient temple ruin, right? Otherwise, there are still uncharted territories to explore further and past, but those are the local dangerous territories. If you want, there's also a frontier settlement of Dolg you might visit. Also, doesn't really provide much of the kind of generic monster hunting and treasure hunting adventures, but it provides you with more options for wargaming. Dolg is a frontier settlement constantly being raided by various monsters and demi-humans and even outlaws, right? Their borders are, always under attack, right? So it's a frontier land up there. The previous inhabitants of the hills there often attack the villagers of Dolg, right? So you can try that if you want some, immediate wilderness combat. Another settlement you might visit is Easton, which is plagued with a mega dungeon under its mountains, right? It's dug so deep in those mountains, right? There's so many different monsters to fight. It's a pretty dangerous settlement, but they profit a lot from all the ore and rare materials they extract in their mines, right? But then again, it's rumored to be very dangerous beneath the depths of Easton, right? Lots of goblins and orcs and kobolds and all kinds of horrible monsters live under their village, right? So constantly under threat as they dig deeper and deeper for more rarer materials. All right, lots of options nearby. Anyone want to start? Anyone have an immediate preference on what they want this party to do?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I do. We should go to those mines where the kobolds are. We will go through the east entrance, where we should find traps that have been disabled, some doors that the kobolds have been traveling through, and we might find a kobold scouting for food for mushrooms there.
All right, so that is Connor's take on plans. And then from here, we'll I guess anyone else prefer to go next and share their ideas, or otherwise we'll just take turns.
I
fellas,
think we were
whatever
all.
the team is supposed to do, I'm doing.
Okay.
As long as the pay is good, I'm chilling.
Yeah, I think we've already agreed on going to the kobolds.
Yeah.
I'm just a
Yeah.
mercenary, man. I'm here for the party. Let's go.
All right,
Good man.
Ezra, what do you think? What do you want to do for this adventure?
I follow the main leader. Follow.
You want to do what? Sorry.
I'm sorry, like, I'm following the.
I'll follow the leader.
I'll do whatever. Yeah,
Oh.
follow the.
All right. Well, we don't have a appointed leader quite yet, but if you guys think you need one, you can of course assign one or appoint someone as your party leader, right? But before that, Amy,
If
do
you
you have
don't
a
appoint somebody as a party leader, the game does not run anywhere. So whoever wants to be leader gets it.
right? I suppose that's how it is sometimes. And then Amy, do you have a preference on what the party should do for this adventure? Most of them want to go to the
Oh
mine
no, I'll whatever.
or the cavern north of here. All right, so you're on a board, or you're in agreement with them. And if that's the case, let's begin traveling. Before your party begins traveling north to the cavern, is there anything else you guys think you need to do in the town of DELN? Otherwise, as a party, you can begin traveling. Alright, so
Do
if
we have breakfast? Do we have food? We're chilling, right, DM?
Yep, so your characters already had breakfast this morning with
Okay.
what little funds they afforded themselves from the previous work day.
Okay. Okay.
That did not cost any of your listed funds. So for now, you are fed.
Okay.
Managed to get breakfast. Otherwise, it's the start of the day. It's 8 o'clock. The party's ready to move out. So as we begin our travels to the cavern, another thing that should be decided by the party is the course of travel. The usual course is to take the road and the trail there. The road heads northeast and then northwest, and then there's a side trail that branches out from the main road, headed north straight to the grassy hills where the caverns can be found. Is that the course of travel you guys wish to use, or would you like to try something else?
I'll just say we just travel straight north.
Straight north?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, straight north to the mines.
Okay, so CRONUS
So
has a
we can,
different
if
idea.
we can cross, if there's a bridge, is there a bridge that connects, right? I see
Only
water
along
right
the
there. I see a
road
water
here.
line.
The road here has a bridge, so if you go straight north, you'll
Okay,
have to
so we
cross
take the
river a
road and
different
then we
way.
just go up. Yeah, let's go take the bridge and then from the outline of the ending the bridge, we just go up north. Yeah.
Straight north, okay. Maybe it could save some time.
Yep.
So, yep, or it might be about the same duration, actually. The road increases your speed by 50% typically, due to no need for navigation.
Yeah, it takes.
So it's, what you want? Do you want to
Yeah.
take the road? Let's take the road and then we go up
Let's
north
let's
before we
take
get
the
there.
road.
It's a clear
Yeah.
path,
Yep.
right?
Take the
Versus
road.
if you go cross country, you're moving through kind of a difficult grassy terrain every now and then, right? Maybe hills, maybe
Okay.
woodland, right? But actually, overall, it's
Okay,
the
yeah.
same distance. Or it's not maybe the same distance. This is a lot shorter of a
So-
distance, but due to the terrain,
But it's
right?
a little
Just a
faster,
heads
right?
up, DM. Just a heads up, DM. I will be 50 feet behind them at all times. I will not be with the pack.
Okay, is everyone all right with that?
50.
Jet lets you know that he'll stay 50 feet behind
why?
the rest of the party.
Warbo.
May I know why you're doing that?
I just said why. I will bow.
I didn't hear you.
So if you guys are in any situation, I have range and I'll warbow. So I have a much better angle of attack, and everybody doesn't die all at once.
Okay, sorry,
Also,
I
I
didn't
can
hear
keep
you.
a lookout on the tail.
Okay,
It's basic strategy.
so the party is slightly split up. Due to that, of course, bear in mind communications between the two different groups might be a little weaker, right? 50 feet of distance can be considerably
That's fine.
further, so you might have to shout to, of course, communicate. But
You
the
don't
party's
have to
been
shout
split.
if you guys put up your hands in a certain way. I can see it. All you gotta do is do that. Like, we understand what it means.
Huh.
We don't have to go through what it is.
Alright.
Alright, so
Alright.
is everyone alright with that? We're on board with
Yep.
the course of travel being the road, it looks
Yes.
like. And of course, Jet trailing behind. Any other details or actions I should be aware of before we begin our travel? Or you guys begin traveling? Alright. If not, we'll
We
start
begin
rolling
traveling.
dice. Okay. So now your party is
Yes.
traveling down this road, right? They just left the town of DELN around maybe 8:30 after carefully planning out their course of travel and marching order. It's not long before you come across the bridge that spans a major river in the surrounding grassland territories of DELN. You've just passed the countryside, you cross this bridge, and perhaps this is going to be the last area you'll be able to actually see the town from. Right, past this river it gets a little difficult, and soon it's just the open grassland, the road headed northeast. As you travel these territories, of course, there is actually a chance for encounters, particularly wandering monsters, perhaps, but more importantly, a chance to come across outlaws. The road is known to be dangerous at times, right? Bands of outlaws have formed up and have decided to, perhaps attack travelers on this road every now and then. So we'll see if anything like that occurs during your travels. The chances are low, but it is possible. First, we're going to check for any signs of an encounter, just a random encounter. So in 2 hours of traveling, there's 2 chances. On a 1, something like that occurs. And then we're going to check for outlaws.
Something good. That's good, right? Oh my.
Alright. So, sometime during the travels, we do come across signs of the outlaw groups out here. Let's see if we are surprised. We are surprised. Are they surprised? They are surprised. So if both sides are surprised, pretty much the distance is close, and you both react at the same time. Basically, you will see each other at first, and then of course the distance is close though. So danger close, 20 yards away, 60 feet from your position. We'll go with actually, yeah, it's usually 1d4 times 10 yards. Let me see this real quick. Counter distance, wilderness, surprised. Okay, so
That's on you,
wilderness adventures.
Combat
Yep,
on the
1d4
road.
times 10 yards. Okay, so 20 yards away, 60 feet roughly, danger close, right? You encounter a band of outlaws. We've got, oh, it's just a single outlaw. So you're moving up the road, and
Nice, come here. Come
you
here.
notice
Come
a
here.
single outlaw
Get over here.
kind of just encamped along the road, right? So he's just kind of, well, it might not be an outlaw, right? But he looks like a dangerous man. He's armed. He's just kind of moving along the road on his own, right? And he kind of waves at you all from a distance. Let's see his initial reaction to your crew. It's uncertain. He says, he just waves at you all. He's not sure of who you are. He's kind of indifferent to your group, and keeps moving down the road, right? Toward down, right? So you can counter him on the way toward, or from down. So he's just moving along the road. He's up ahead, right? He looks like a mercenary, right? If anything, so. You guys just want to pass him by, or
Let's
wanna
leave him alone.
confront
He's
him?
fine. Let's go to the mines.
all right? So CRONUS recommends the
Yeah.
party
Chill.
passes him by. Everyone seems to be agreeing. Anyone object and want to try something differently than moving past this mercenary? Okay, so you all passed them by, and continued your travels to the cavern. And without further delay, you finished your travels along the road, found the trail that headed north, and arrived at the first encampment in the North Cavern area, right? So you've arrived among the grassy hills, and you're at the south side of the caverns, which are the cave entrances or entry chambers, entry caves. And you're at the south side, so there's an encampment here, and consisting of a party of mercenaries or adventurers, a merchant caravan, and a mining camp, right? So a mining crew camp. So you can check those out if you want. Otherwise, you can begin exploring into some of the caverns. What would you like to do as a party?
We go east to the east cavern.
All right. So Connor suggests do you want to? Are you leading the crew? You want to lead them east?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's leading. So leads toward East Cavern.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Fine.
And then everyone else on board, or does anyone want to try something differently? Connor wants to lead you all to the Eastern Cavern, right?
I'm on board.
I'm on board. He knows something that I don't.
Me too.
So.
I heard most of you. Amy, is this alright with you?
Yes.
I'm following.
I'm just following.
All right. So
I'm
for
just
now,
a-
yeah,
I'm
we
just
work
a
together as a crew.
soldier.
We follow Connor's lead, and it takes you to the East Cavern. And from here, we can go into a small scale map and begin your small scale exploration of the area, which is on a dungeon map.
All right.
This is here's the map plan. This is the map from last time they were here. It might not be up to date anymore, of course. I'll update it as we explore. This is your crew's map. They're looking it over. And we'll grab some tokens to represent all your crew members on the or in the area, right? We can grab some old tokens if you already have one. So, TRBOL, let's see, Connor, and it's it here. Okay, and then the rest of you might need a new token then, or I can try to find your old ones. Okay, CRONUS, do you want to use this token still, or do you want a new one?
I want.
You know, give me a new one.
Okay.
I upgraded. You know.
All right, TRBOL, are you happy with this token still, or do you want a new one?
Yo, he looks scary.
Yeah, fine with that.
Okay,
Yo,
this
he
one's
looks
still.
like he
Alright.
fucking robs people.
Do you want to still start with your longbow, or do you want to change it up
Yeah, I'll start with the longbow at the back of the party.
at the back? Okay. So we're in the back.
I think you should be in the mid range, not the back.
All right. What do you think? It's
Mid
your
range
choice.
works.
Middle of the party.
So if you are in the middle, us in the front can kneel down to give you a clear shot.
Yeah, cool. Predominantly, I'll be looking to cast, but yeah, that works for me.
All right. And Connor, shield and torch setup, or do you want to change it up?
I am going to wield shield and warhammer, and I'm going to be in front.
You're okay with this token still?
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Your classic kettle
Make
and
sure somebody
bevel.
has a torch.
All right. We'll get some new tokens for those who don't have any, or don't have one yet. Let's see. All right. Let's grab one for Jet. Alright, Jet, I've got a bunch of tokens in here. If you see one you like, tell me to stop, and you can tell me what roll I'm calling.
Any of them with a bow, or whatever. I don't care. I'm not picky.
They're just
Give me that one that looks like anima.
profiles now. Which one? The middle one?
Scroll up a little bit.
Oh,
Give me the one that looks like anima. Scroll up. Yeah, right there in the middle, left.
This one?
Black dude looks like you got. Yeah, that works.
Okay. He's got like some blood on his helmet. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, you've been through a lot, huh?
Yeah, eating ass.
And what would you like to equip? for this
Alright.
I'm gonna be rear flank, Corbo.
Oh yeah, that's right. You want to trail behind the crew. Alright. And let's see. Let's grab one for EZRA, right? So EZRA, if you see one you like, tell me to stop and I'll grab it for you.
I'm gonna go with the Templar Knight. The
Oh,
one with the green helm.
this one again?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Alright, the real EZRA. He's a cleric, a Templar. Okay.
Yep.
And what do you want to equip? The shield and the holy symbol, or the shield and the club, or something else? We might need a torchbearer. Do you want to equip a torch?
Oh, I have a torch. Oh.
They can
shit.
pass you a torch.
Alright.
Someone can light one for you. Torch is kind of the symbol of leadership.
If you need
so
yeah.
wherever you are, right? Without
I'm
you,
gonna
we cannot
equip the
continue.
torch and the shield.
Okay, shield and torch it is. You can always drop the torch if you need to, or
Yes.
drop the shield to
Yes, sir.
equip a weapon in combat, right? Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so we got shield and torch equipped. I'll give you the torch indicator. Alright. And I suppose this was provided by one of the torch guys in your group. So let's say it was Drebo, would you mind
I have a torch.
or okay, yeah. So Connor, you pass him one of your torches. if they're lighting it for him. Okay. So Ezra is equipped with shield and torch. Let's grab a token for CRONUS. CRONUS, if you see a token you like, I'll grab it for you. Just tell me to stop. Alright, that is all of them. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah. Just making sure.
Let's see. How about that one? Let's scroll down a bit. The bottom row right there. I got it. Looks like it's next to some hairy burly man in the middle. So there's a helmet knight. There's a helmet knight in the middle. Next to it, yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. That's CRONUS right there. That looks fucking cool.
Alright, what would you like to equip?
Let's do spear and shield.
Ooh, ah.
Alright. You'll probably be sent to the front or ready to push toward the front then. So second rank probably, since they already got a front line.
They got a front line? Okay.
And then
I could help the front line with the spear though, right?
Yeah, of course. If there's space. Space permits.
Good.
Right.
Beautiful.
Amy? You're a woman, so let's grab you a woman token actually. Here are some woman tokens.
Yeah, she.
So if you see one you like, I'll stop and you can point it out to me. Actually, that's all of them. Yeah.
Can you scroll back a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Bottom row
Bottom row.
to like the left.
This one?
Above it.
Above it. This one.
Yes.
Okay. And what would you like to equip? You've got staff or... Yeah, that's the only thing you can really equip at the moment. Just your staff. So it's either free hands or staff. Unless anyone wants to provide you some gear. So, you guys want to pass through a torch maybe? So we can have an extra torch bearer in case the first one goes out.
I can pass the torch if anybody needs one.
Okay. Is that alright with you, Amy? Do you want to be a torch bearer or do you want to ask for a weapon or something else?
I'm fine.
Torch? Okay.
What do you want, Amy? You want a weapon? You want a torch? Like, what you want?
I can hold the torch if you want torch.
Alright, cool. Take one from my stash.
Alright, that should be everyone.
If you need a weapon, let me know. I got a bunch of weapons on me.
Yeah.
Do you want one of his weapons?
You want a sword? You want a dagger?
She's got a staff.
You want a sword? You want a dagger? She got a staff? Okay.
Yeah, she'll just use her staff
Okay.
then for now. Alright. So the party should be ready to go. We have a torch in the back. Jet, do you want to trail behind still, or do you want to be a rear guard with Amy?
Go ahead and put me in third flank. Yeah, third or whatever. That's fine.
We can begin our exploration of the caverns now. Upon approaching, the light of day shines roughly 30 feet in. And the map is accurate. Upon approaching, you can see that the cavern entrance is flooded with a shallow flow of water that drains or pulls down into the cavern and flows further in, right? Also, there are swarms of gnats flying around the entrance, right? It smells like a swamp inside, right? It stinks. This is the grasslands, but this area of the grasslands is very wet and muddy where the caves are and water flows down into, right? It's summertime. You can just hear frogs and gnats everywhere, right? This kind of wet grassland. Would you like to begin your delve westward, or do you want to try out the corners of the cave entrance or something else? The only way forward, though, is further west.
Are those logs to planks still there?
From
Going
what
on.
you can observe from this position, yeah, you can see, yep, the planks of
Alright.
wood span across the pit still.
Alright, I think we should continue going west as far as I know in between those. Okay, up ahead, there's going to be, to the south of us, there's going to be a bunch of flowers. They will put you to sleep. Literally, put you to sleep. As they seem to be sleeping flowers. So, most of those corners have nothing in them. Last time I was here, there were some dwarves. Don't know if they're still here. Hopefully they are, because they're quite nice folk. So, I think we should go west. Y'all agree?
I'm down for whatever, man.
Alright, go west.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Let's go.
So Connor, he leads you guys west, right, as you know, the leader in the front with Ezra. And your party's now exploring westward. If you want to try something else, please feel welcome to speak up. Otherwise, you are following Connor's lead until any changes, so you can maybe react to it. But right now, you're exploring westward into the cavern. And the area past the entrance is a 10-foot tunnel with an open pit. You could go around it, but there's also a plank of wood 2 feet wide that spans across it, which you can also use to cross over. It covers most of the pit. There are still some gaps you can catch yourself in, but for the most part, it's quite easily avoidable at this point. So you're able to walk across it safely, right, for the most part. Further up, we'll see if there are any changes to the cavern. Everything seems to be in order. No major changes have been noted. Alright. We have come across some minor changes here. You can see that the copper ore vein to the west has been dug up quite a bit. So it no longer looks as it had before. It is now maybe half of its original size, right?
Maybe the dwarves finally minded it out.
More than likely, it looks like you can see scraps of copper ore scattered across the floor, right? It's been scraped up and dug out. Only about half of it remains, possibly, right? So about 4,000 pounds estimated copper ore vein left. Toward the south, you can see a wall of what is been annotated on your map as sleeping flowers, right? They look asleep or dead, right? They're not in bloom or anything. They're just kind of tilted, laying low, hanging low, right? Purple flowers to the south. Otherwise, you can proceed further west if you'd like. You can kind of see another pit up ahead with another bridge spanning across it. A larger open cavern toward the southwest there. How would you like to proceed?
We will keep moving west forward.
Right. No major changes yet. Our party's rate of movement is heavy fitment, so every 10 feet is a turn, right, of careful exploration. We are moving through mapped territories, though, so you guys will be able to move a little faster at 30 feet before our turn passes. So, just now you've advanced or explored 30 feet, so a turn is passed. Just to note down, though, the time of day. You left town at around 8:30, and you got here at around, so you were moving at 1 mile, right? So you got here around 3 hours later, so it wasn't until 11:30 that you arrived. So 11:30 is when you arrived at the caves. You made some plans and such, right? Say it took you 10 minutes, and then you entered at 11:40 then. So torches were lit at 11:40. So 2 torches at 11:40. And currently the time is 11:50 now. And you see to the west of you is the open pit, which you may continue past, or this open cavern to the southwest, which is empty. You see in the dim lighting of your torchlight another wall of copper ore, another vein, right? This one's also a lot weaker than what you remember. So more than likely.
Oh,
Is everything
what
good?
am I hearing? Somebody died or something? What the fuck was that?
My brother's playing
Okay.
Fortnite or something now on his computer.
Okay.
Understandable. Alright. So we've got
Bible.
another weakened vein of copper here, right? 4,500 copper ore left. Alright, how would you like to proceed? Southwest, west, or something else?
Keep going
Any carts
west.
and stuff laying
Then,
around?
What's up?
oh,
Are there any empty carts or pre-used carts laying around?
At the moment, you don't see any.
Okay. Continue following them.
And Connor, as leader, what were you saying?
yeah. Keep going west. Then look to see if the dwarves are still there. The dwarves.
Dwarves, alright. Carefully observe ahead to see if signs of dwarves are up there. I'm gonna roll if there are any major developments here. Okay, and there are some changes. Unfortunately, it looks like you don't see a dim light up ahead, so more than likely those 3 dwarves you had met are no longer here, right? They probably left. With either they are somewhere else in the case, or they've gone back home, right, with their loot. So there's been a development there, a change in the map. The fire pit on the map is no longer annotated as that. It will be, of course, a no, it's more like an ash pit now, and it's no longer providing any light. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something you notice as you're trying to like observe further up, that there's no dim lighting coming from that area that you can see. As you proceed west, the party is exploring further west past the south area of the cavern here. And yeah, there has been a change in the area. The dwarves are no longer encamped in that alcove anymore, right? It's clear.
Yeah.
Empty. So your friends are gone. The tunnel up ahead continues west. Would you like to continue west still, or do you want to check out the alcove to the south, or something else?
Let's just keep going west.
Alright, we're exploring up toward this tunnel. And the time is now 12 o'clock roughly. And we've got contact up ahead. You see something up there. Appears to be something scampering off into the distance. It sounds like squeaking, and you see like their tails, just barely escaping the light. Right.
Does it sound like kobolds?
Rats.
It sounds like squeak, 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 and just scampering feet.
Rats.
Trailing off.
No, actually, they're skavens. That would be worse, but.
Rats.
Yeah, rat people maybe. No, they're just rats, I think.
Skavens. I hate skavens.
Alright, so they.
Yeah, rat people. Hopefully not.
Bear in mind, there are rats in the area now, for sure. So they're probably feasting on the remains or something, right? Or some, there's something for them to eat down here, right? But you find giant rat prints, right? Paw prints or footprints. Okay, so that's in the area. Giant rat footprints. They're not here anymore, but there are signs of rats here, right? So they already fled. Bear in mind, that means that being in here without a torch is not safe, right? Let's see.
Nowhere is safe DM.
Okay. Well, it's been pretty safe in this area here, right? Pretty safe.
Yeah.
But so far now we got some actual danger now.
Going westward.
You see the bridge up ahead, right? As you continue down this tunnel. No major developments here yet. No signs of monsters or treasure anymore. We see, you know, an already discovered trap area, right? It's already been kind of disabled by a wooden bridge. All these bridges, by the way, were built by Connor and his previous crew, right? It was just him and another person.
Good job,
Yes.
Connor.
So they,
I literally
they engineered all these
took an
bridges.
entire thing just prepping this for this journey. The raid. I took.
This area is clear. The copper ore vein here has been unchanged, right? It's not changed at all. And it's all clear here. So you may continue either west or south from this point.
Going west into where the cavern, where the big area where all those kobolds used to be,
Right,
where the
west.
supplies are.
Party is at this moment just continuing exploring down this tunnel westward. It's been pretty uneventful aside from the rats. And changes to the map.
Alright.
Alright, this area might
Connor
be
is going to
different.
say.
Okay.
Alright. There's gonna be some supplies up here with some torches, bandages, and got a feeling those rats might have gotten to the rations. So be warned.
Alright, so as you approach the position, you can hear rats dipping down into the water, scampering off the distance, digging up into their holes, right, in the walls. You like see one just barely escape into a hole in the wall, right? Small holes in the wall. But as you approach the position, we have a pool of water that is fed by a waterfall. And aside from the waterfall, there's also all the pool water, all the water from the entrance drains down into this little stream here as well, joining. So this area here is fed by a waterfall, and then this stream is also fed by any water that trickles down the tunnel. And it all flows toward the south, where you can see a crack in the wall. So there's a large crack in that wall, right? Looks like a false door maybe. It's already been annotated on the map. So it looks like a sliding wall, right? You can slide it to the left and right, or east and west.
Yeah. Those doors can slide open.
You have some changes in here. So it smells of there's a faint decay smell, so decay and feces or filth, right? I would say, or no, waste. Yeah, decay and waste. So it smells of decay and waste, like piss and shit down here in this area of the cave, right? So it stinks. The rest of the cave smells like a swamp, like like a musty swamp water, right? But this area smells like actual shit and piss and rot. So it stinks down here, right? There's a bunch of gnats in this area too. So gnats everywhere.
Torches keep them away.
For the most part, if you don't have a torch, they seem to bug you, right? So the gnats are everywhere in this area, right? Particularly, they seem to be very dense toward the west, right? You can hear most of them are toward the west, where there's probably a bunch of decay. And the dim lighting of your light, you notice that there's it smells of where there's a pile, I guess, or pile of carcasses, rat carcasses.
Yeah, big ass a
pile
rat
of
with
rat.
It's a rat with muscles on top of the dead rats, bro.
Yeah.
Pile of rat carcasses over here.
Buff rat.
So
I'm gonna take
approach position.
This
It smells. Gnats are everywhere, and flies, right? Or flies, I would say, actually. So they're feasting on the remains of the rats. So flies everywhere. Pile of rat carcasses toward the southwest. They're all missing heads. And this gear here, it all looks scrapped up. So you don't see much there anymore. It's just scraps, right? So scraps of ruined supplies. Scraps of ruined supplies now. So you don't see any actual salvageable gear.
The kobolds must have got it.
So it's been destroyed. Scraps of supplies. Pile of rat carcasses. Mostly eaten away at. Rotting.
You can.
Yeah.
May I switch to my polearm and open those sliding doors with it.
Yeah. So Connor wants to head south, get those doors open. Ezra,
Yeah.
or do you want to give your before you continue south without a word? Do you want to provide orders to your party?
I'm going. Yeah, my mistake. I will say, all right, we're gonna go down south through the sliding doors. I shall open them with this pole arm. If there's possibly anything behind it.
I'd like to be in a position I can have my bow drawn, so if something does come through, I can shoot it in the face before it attacks him.
Yeah, get the red team.
All right. So Connor has provided you with some leadership. He's giving you an idea of what's about to happen. He himself is headed toward the south with a pole arm. Ezra, do you want to go with him or something else in this situation?
Yeah, I'll protect his rear.
Okay, you watch his back.
Torch.
So I guess you'll go further in, and as you go in,
Yeah.
the flies kind of gather around Connor. You try to brandish them away. Tons of flies around the rotting rat carcasses. TRBOL, you know the flies are everywhere in there. If you go in there, you're probably gonna be bothered by them. Do you want to wait here at the tunnel?
Yeah,
or?
I don't wanna be too close to them. Probably around 10, 15 feet away. And just ready my bow in the event that anything pops out of anywhere.
By the way, the smell is so bad that you all suffer a -1 a hit here, and then because there are so many flies in the way, if you in this area, you actually have a -1 as well. So it's hard to see because there's so many flies everywhere, and the smell is so bad that you can't concentrate.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but you're staying out of it. You're staying in the tunnel, right?
Wow.
CRONUS, do you want to advance with them into the fly-infested cavern? Like all over the place.
They got their torch.
Yeah, but
So I have a -1 to hit, right?
If you go in there, yeah, you'll have a -2 to hit if you go in there.
I think it's best for me to stay here. Switch to my my sling with the spear.
Okay. Amy, do you
Since
wanna?
they got light swords, I can hit from the distance.
Sure. Okay, Amy, do you want to stay back here with these two, or something else?
Yeah, I'll stay back. I'll provide light and also range.
Okay. And then Jet, do you want to stay back here with them as well, or something else?
Go ahead and put me to the left of TRBOL.
TRBOL, okay. So you want west of him?
Yeah,
Okay,
put me to
so-
the left. Go ahead, put me to the west of him. That way I can have a true line of sight between me and whatever's between the door. With me having a war blow, I have a +4 to hit anyhow because of close range. So the -2 isn't a big deal.
Alright then, back to Connor. You got toward the south, and you want to take out your polearm, right? So you put your shield and hammer away, and you draw your polearm, or ready it. And with your polearm, you poke at the center of the door and start to, I guess, slide them open, right? Or something else. Connor?
I had my microphone up. Sorry, I'm here. I had my microphone up. I was talking. I will poke at it and open it.
Alright, so you poked at it first, and upon poking at it, fortunately nothing happens. And then you start to spread the doors open. As you do so, Ezra, you want to continue watching his back or something else? You're watching like this.
I'm watching his back, like shield out.
Okay.
Shield out and torch out.
Jet, bear in mind as you're facing the south, every now and then you hear a squeak behind you, right? So in the dim lighting of the north, probably rats peek, right, at your position.
Gotcha.
In their hidey holes.
Are they larger or are they just tiny little ass rats?
When you look back, it varies a lot. You can see holes the size of a basketball, right? Like maybe a foot wide hole, right? You wouldn't be able to crawl through it naturally. It's too narrow, but it's big enough for maybe a giant rat to peek, right, or crawl through.
Okay.
You see maybe a bee pair of eyes in that hole, right, every now and then, glinting back at you from you know, torchlight's reflection, right?
I'm gonna be pushing forward with them, so
Yeah, you don't pay much
I'll be
attention
out of their
there.
way.
Okay, you focus on the south still. Treble, you got your bow facing south. Cronus, you know, you can see kind of the west. Maybe same with you.
Yep.
So all is good so far. Bear in mind, it's actually 12:10 now. Should be, yeah, 30 feet per turn. Okay, as well. And then we'll check for random encounters as well. Let's see, we're supposed to check every even turn actually, so because we entered at an even time. So it's not an encounter check yet. It'll be encounter check next turn. Yeah, 12:20. So it's 12:10. By the way, hunger's kicking in. You guys are starting to feel the hunger penalty. So you guys are feeling your tummies rumble a little bit.
Can I eat a ration?
Do you want to do that
Sorry to
now? Or,
interrupt.
do you want to suggest this to your crew? Because he's about to take an action that might be, you know, dangerous. He's
I
about to open
recommend
this
you
door.
do that, buddy. There's rats behind us. There's tons of fucking flies and shit.
So before
Wait a
Connor,
second.
Yeah, do you,
okay. Do you want to like tell Connor?
all right.
Hey,
I mean,
you
I
should
could
eat? Or-
hold on, but you guys don't want to fall back and eat some rations so that we don't have a penalty.
Yeah, we have the hunger penalty right now.
All right, let's eat lunch and then we commence our raid.
All right, so we fall back to some safe area first to have our lunch. So you guys, you know, got ready for a moment, realized you were hungry, got out of the nasty cave here, fell back into I guess a safer alcove, and maybe you'll have a few guards at a time, but pass food around so that everyone has time and yeah, time to eat. We'll take turns. I would say, you know, you have 2 groups eating, or 1 group eating, 1 group guarding. So 3 guards, 3 eating. It takes 10 minutes to eat, roughly, at least 10. So just chow it on really fast. Food supplies is being provided by, say, TRBOL can provide 3 rations. It looks like. So we need 3 more if we
I'm
want
not
to feed the
carrying
whole
any,
party.
so I'll need one.
Okay. So who else has rations on them? Let's see. JECHT, CRONUS. We might have to go with half rations, so it will still feed you. You won't have the penalty, but you'll get hungrier faster naturally, right? So.
Can you eat giant rats? Is that gonna cause problems if you cook them?
If you cook them, it just takes more time. Possibly diseases in the meat though if it's not cooked properly. It might not taste good too either, right? So morale penalties. All right, so.
Figured I'd ask.
Yeah, we'll just half ration it. You will basically, instead of getting hungry around dinner, you'll get hungry around like 4 p.m. instead of like 6 p.m. if that makes sense, right? So you guys
Okay,
spread
that's
out your rations.
All right.
Half ration, right? Or ration it out, and then with that we'll get back into position. 30 minutes later or 20 minutes later, there was an encounter check actually, so we gotta check. All right, your lunch was uninterrupted. Carefully, you make your way back into the cave and resume the previous positions you all were in. Is that fine, or do you guys want to change it up?
Yes.
Same positions.
Roughly
Yes,
the
my
same
polearm.
positions. All right, so the door
Open
is
the
spread
door.
open, right, by the polearm, and fortunately, there are no immediate encounters beyond that door. It is as you left it. It opens out into, of course, a 10-foot wide tunnel continuing into a corner of a tunnel that continues east past that, but the water pools toward the south. You can't really see too far in until Ezra pushes up with you. So this is as far as you can see.
I'm gonna
It's clear.
switch back to my warhammer and shield.
Okay. Alright. Then at this point, is he switching this up, or is he switching his gear? Does anyone else want to change up directions? Or maybe regroup on Connor?
I'm trailing as I am in the position I am.
Okay, so stay here. Get ready to follow. Cronus, you want to push up ahead?
Yep.
Rejoin the party, or something else? Or rejoin
Got the
Connor?
highest AC, so it's best for me to be in the rear.
Cronus?
Okay. Yeah, I'll push up. I'll push up with.
Alright.
Yep.
Is
Switch
Ezra
my
up in the
spear.
front, or you want to switch to your spear? Okay.
Yep.
Alright, then who's right next to Cronus? Is that travel?
Yep. And then those two. Yep.
Alright,
Perfect.
so gear switched up. Connor, you want to proceed south, I suppose, right? Lead the crew
Yeah.
in.
Alright. I'm gonna tell Ezra if there's anything in there, if you see anything, make sure to crouch down. So our longbowman and and our spearman can get clear shots, right?
Fortunately,
Sounds good.
it's clear. Yeah, as you peek around the corner, it's clear. You see another sliding door toward the east, right? Little has changed. The black mushrooms are still there actually, but there's actually only 4 left. Right, 4 black mushrooms.
Mushrooms, alright. We'll continue. Let's go continue east. Yeah, east. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, east. Alright.
To the east, you see, of course, the sliding door, already mapped, already, of course, annotated on your map. Sliding cave wall, right? You can push toward the north and south this time. Would you like to?
Once again, I'm going to take out my pole arm. Once again, I take out my pole arm and I will do the same thing. Poke at it and open it.
Okay. Now with that, as you spread the door open, let's check if we have a surprise on them. Let's see. Alright, they are not surprised. They are at their normal positions. They are most likely... okay, I don't know why these guys came back to normal size, but it should be 3. Okay, so... Alright. Most of them will be asleep during the day, so maybe like 2 of them are guarding the door at this time. So we'll say this guy's guarding this side. This guy's sleeping. This guy sleeps as well. This guy's a guard for this door. All these guys are sleeping down here. Alright, so they're all asleep. So yeah, Connor, you spread the door open and this guy is able to react. He's on guard shift and he was not surprised, right? He was ready to protect the position. So he immediately, you start opening it, you can hear him barking at the others, right? Like barking the kobold tongue, probably alarming the others, right? So he's like, you know, right? And the other one's like rushing toward his aid with a shield and a sling, right? Ready to fire. So he's running up toward the door. As he pushes the position, you know, Connor was spreading the door open, right, sliding it open. Ezra is you know providing light. If you want, you can crouch down and TRBOL can get a shot in there. Yeah.
I should have been in a position that I can send my bow through the door. I try to keep in that position no matter what.
Okay, so we'll say you know, you guys are, your feet is in the shallow stream of water, not in the pool though. But Ezra, if you want, you can crouch. If you crouch, these 2 behind you can fire. Past you.
Yeah.
Cronus will say that you know, you like stepped back.
Crouch guard with my heavy shield.
So Cronus, you can crouch too, allowing Jet and TRBOL to fire. Okay, Connor was standing, spreading the wall open. Cronus, are you willing to crouch, or do you want to do something else?
No, I'll crouch.
Right,
I'll crouch.
you crouch. You both take a knee as Cronus is opening the door. These 2 had their bows aimed, and as this guy comes running toward the door with a shield and a sling, this guy is alerting his friends. He's also got a shield and a club. You guys open fire on them. Right, this guy's running. You just loose your arrows as soon as these 2 crouch. We'll roll initiative. As he's moving to the position, you're shooting, right? He's not fully in position, so he was moving as they crouched and you guys fire.
He's not really defending himself, right?
No, he's carefully advancing. He's got time. So he's carefully advancing with a shield. Okay. We have 2 shooters. TRBOL, do you want me to roll for you, or do you want to use the bot or something else for your first shot?
You can roll for me, DM. It's all good.
Yeah, you always roll for me. You know that.
Okay. So here's TRBOL. The dice are rolled. You scored an 8. You have a +1 for close range bonus. Let's see. Do you have a dexterity bonus? All right. You have a -2 penalty here. So your first shot is a misfire. So you fire into the tunnel, and it goes right past him and hits the wooden door past him, right? So you missed your shot, an arrow in the door. It's one arrow expended. Knocking off one arrow. You're at 8 left.
Dang.
And as you fire, Jet's turn to fire. Okay, Jet, you got a pretty good chance to hit, hopefully. Okay, so 15. With all bonuses applied, I'm certain that's a hit. Damage is Warbow, so 1d10. You are twice as large as him, so I'll give you double damage. Total of 8
That's
damage.
pretty good.
So overkill. He only has 1. So your arrow went right through him, like a sniper rifle round, right? Just right into him and out the other side into the door, right? So you took him down, right? Went past his shield, or through his shield and into him,
God.
right? And this guy, of course,
Shield wall,
woke his
enter.
friends, right? He stepped to
Oh.
cover, wakes his friends. They're all in the middle of waking up now, right? So they start to wake up. There's a chance some of them don't wake up. A 2 in 6 chance that they are lazy and didn't wake up. So I'm gonna roll for that. 6 of them total. Again, a 2 in 6 chance they're surprised, like they're not waking. Half of them decided not to wake up. So only 3 of them.
Yo, we can rush them. Yeah, let's rush them. Oh my god.
Alright, and with that, as that was happening, Amy, was there anything you wanted to try while they all took actions? You were able to do something if you wanted.
I recommend you stay with me.
Just want to get ready to move in, or
Um,
sorry, there's not much you can do from back here. At
I
some
think we're
point,
just taking the back.
you can
Yeah,
cast
stay
a
in the
spell.
back. Just hold the torch for us.
Thank you.
Alright,
I'll
Yeah,
stay on
that's
your
what
guys'
I'm
like,
You
we're
guys
good.
do
she's
whatever.
in
I'll just do the
reserves at the
light.
moment.
Darkness is not our friend.
Back to Connor.
I'll be a walking lamppost. Don't worry.
Walking lamp, yeah, that's Amy's current job. She's new to the team. Not very interesting, but I mean it's important still, right? The light, or there's light in the rear.
Better than nothing, DM.
Yeah, I mean if she wasn't there, the rats
I
up to
mean,
the
I
north would
got you.
attack, right? The giant rats, and then we'd be bothered. Connor, it's back to you. It's your turn again. Do you want to advance east with your polearm, or do you want to switch your weapon, or something else? Now, if you
I'm
switch-
gonna.
Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
it's gonna take an
Time.
entire turn to turn. I'm going to charge and look
Alright.
my pull arm like.
You rush them with your polearm. Ezra, do you want to advance too with shield and torch, or something else? Or do you want to throw your torch in there and then take out a weapon?
Of the torch, so
Or do you want to stay
I'll
in the
slowly
area?
advance, providing
advance.
like light,
Okay.
and I'm also like holding my shield for maximum defense since I got 1 HP.
So you can kind of crouch, advance, shield in front of you, torch in the air, right? Still allowing these shooters to fire, right?
Yeah.
So Ezra carefully advances with shield and torch as Connor just charges the position with his polearm. Cronus, do you want to carefully advance with Ezra, shield and spear, or do you want to go after Connor or something else? Bear in mind, if you charge with
I'll
Connor,
carefully
there's
advance.
okay, yeah, there's less shooters. Okay, you carefully advance with Ezra, right? The two of you are slowly pushing up, shields raised, crouched. Shooters, of course, you load another arrow if you want, ready to fire as soon as you see another one. But as soon as this guy woke his friends up, he's gonna make a morale check, and this morale check will determine if he's gonna be defensive or offensive. If it fails the morale check, he'll be defensive. If it passes, he's gonna be bold and attack. Alright, he is charging the position, so he turns the corner, shield and club, and as soon as he does, Connor, he's within range for you to stab, right? He is not in the line of sight of these guys yet, because you're in the way. So you stab at him as he peeks around the corner.
Yeah.
Right. Here comes your attack. Do you want to roll with the bot? Do you want me to
Stab
roll
him.
or something else? How do you want to roll?
Either.
Okay. So it's on the table. You got a 4. Alright. So with your bonuses applied, it's still a miss. So you stabbed at him. Huge polearm going toward him, right? He managed to just barely pass it by. And he like turned the corner and took a step forward and swings his club toward you. Now before he can do that, of course, also in line of sight as you know is Ezra. So Ezra, Cronus, there wasn't really a line of sight for you yet. There's not a lot of space here. But Ezra, if you want, as he's charging Connor, Connor, of course, you can back up, and then Ezra can take a swing with his torch. You can smash him with your flaming torch, or you can use your shield. One or the other. What would you like to do? Shield.
If you do the torch, it's gonna damage you.
You wanna swing with the torch?
Can I do like a shield bash? Then pushing forward, I pushing backward.
Yeah, sure. You can slam him in there, and so the party can advance. So instead, EZRA tries to slam him into the or shield bash him, right? Push him in there further. So we'll see if you can. In that case, land a hit. I would say this is more of a grapple maneuver. So you're just running into him. Therefore, you're gonna attack his unarmored armor class, right? Because you're not going for any weak points. You're going for just him, right? So you land a hit. There's contact, and now you're gonna do a force doors check to apply double your weight. So, which you applied your normal amount of weight. Looks like. Let's check your strength, which is basically 160 pounds of force. Your body weight. So you did only 160 pounds, right? So that's still a lot, and it's actually twice as much. So you're actually able to knock him in there, and possibly even deal damage to him. Or just knock him in there, yeah. You certainly are able to push him in there. I would say you can push him as far as I would say push him in there as far as you moved. So you moved only like 5 feet, roughly. So yeah, you slam him 5 feet in. So he gets pushed, right? He's gonna make a saving throw to avoid tripping, right? There's a trip hazard. So there's a 2 in 6 chance that he trips. Alright, yeah, he's tripping possibly. And here's a saving throw. Paralysis saving throw.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's like falling over his guy who's waking up. But he fails and falls on his friend, right? So he falls prone. And this guy is hit by him as well as he was waking up. And probably falls back down. He's gonna make a saving throw as well. So he falls in. Okay, he managed to he saw that guy coming. He was like getting up, and he kind of like moved out of the way just barely, right? So he like saw him getting up or being slammed into the room onto the ground. He like kind of jumped back, right, or scooted back from on the ground and stood up. And these guys stood up. He stood up, and he stood up right after picking up their weapons. They all got their weapons, and he got slammed into the room, right? Just fucking slammed. And it was a pretty hard hit. But it wasn't hard enough to do any major damage, right? So he just got slammed in there. That's about it, right? So he's starting to get back up, of course. But before he can, of course, back to taking actions again, right? TRBOL and yet you guys were, ready to fire, but there was no space to fire. CRONUS, did you want to advance into EZRA's last spot, or do you want to wait to advance?
GM, when there's a chance, I've just got a question.
I'll move into EZRA's last spot, right behind him.
Careful still? Okay. And then, TRBOL, what's your question?
Yeah, I'd like to equip my shield and ready a spell, if that's okay.
Okay, so you're going to take this turn right now to put your bow away and grab your shield.
Yeah.
And then, did you want to
just may I ready a spell at the same time?
Yeah.
Keep my eyes on
Take it on the next turn. Yeah.
If any opening appears, I will take it.
Yep. Yeah, so you're just on guard still. You want to just hold that position with your bow?
Yep. So, I tell Amy to switch with me, locations.
Okay.
I want her to be a little closer towards the south. Reason being is because she has a very low armor class. I have a very high armor class. She has the light. If she goes down, it's game over.
Alright, so Amy, Jet invites you south. Do you want to do as he tells you, or do you want to do something else? Or do you want to stay here?
Yeah. Go south.
So you move south, so that he can squeeze past you, move north. And then as you guys are changing up positions, back to Connor, you push, or you stabbed at one, he almost closed on you before he could. EZRA intercepted him. He kind of like launched himself forward, slammed the shield into him, and he got pushed back into the chamber, causing kind of the enemy to kind of be backed up. So do you want to keep advancing in there, like round the corner and stab again, or something else for your next turn?
Connor.
I keep forgetting to unmute myself. I'm so sorry. I start speaking, and I realize, anyway, so saying, I'm going to drop my polearm and pull out my warhammer and shield and back up as we're making a little wall of a shield to potentially start Pushing in with protection.
Okay, so more defensive maneuver here.
Oh, shield wall in there. Okay.
So Connor's kind of
Yeah, Connor.
dropping that polearm, reaching for his shield and hammer, and like falling back, right?
Yeah.
So that's fine.
I'll just drop my polearm on the ground.
Yep. It takes it's less time to do that than to put it away properly. So you can do more things then.
Yeah.
Right. Ezra, you know, these two are backing up, getting more defensive. Do you want to crouch as well and get more defensive, or do you want to advance or something else?
Yeah, I'll crouch. Yeah.
Okay, you decide to crouch. Keep your shield in front of you.
Back off.
You want to back up? Okay. So yeah, Cronus, you can feel Ezra kind of backing up into you. You want to back up too? Right now he's in the enemy line of fire.
Yeah, I'll back. Yeah, I'll back up. Yeah, I'll back up.
Right, so our shield will
Pull out my
falls
sling
back.
if I can.
Bowmen are ready to fire, right?
Look at
at
that.
least one
Beautiful,
bowman is.
beautiful teamwork right there.
And let's see.
Shield wall.
Yeah, we got a very powerful shield wall, just ready
Shield
to
back.
defend in case. And we got a firing line.
I'm here to replace Urza if he goes down.
Hopefully that's not the case. They failed a morale check, so that means they are now being defensive. They in that time you guys were preparing or repositioning, they took that time to also, you know, ready up their weapons and just be defensive, right? So they're just waiting behind the entry point.
Yeah, of course. Alright, I'm gonna wait. Urza, I recommend you that we shield wall into the room.
Advance.
That's the best way we can
Sounds
do
good.
it.
All right.
Advance
Alright,
shield
sounds
wall.
good.
Yes, we should do that.
Yeah.
Careful advance
Yeah.
into the chamber.
Advance.
A crowd
Phalanx
shield
shield
wall.
Advance.
It looks very
phalanx
awkward.
march.
Yeah. Advance.
I will be the third shield wall when we expand into the room. So,
Alright, so carefully, Connor. You know, you're getting closer and closer to that door, and as you step into it, immediately you realize it's changed up. They have a line of fire, right? So as you peek around that corner, and only one of you can fit through this door at a time. So as you step into it, with your shield facing them, they immediately open fire, right? They start launching stones on you. You take fire from 4 enemies. There's a nat 20, which is a hit. The 19 might hit as well. Let's double check.
Fuck, I'm down.
Hopefully not. Our fighter here has our brave leader only has 2 hit points. Yikes. Fortunately, the 19 here, even with their bonuses, which is a +1 for close range, which is 20, your arm class is too high with that shield, so only a nat 20 could penetrate. And there was a nat 20. As you run at the corner, there was a lucky hit.
No.
And that lucky hit deals 1d4 divided by 2 damage.
Come on.
2 damage, exactly. So you're dying.
I'm
Stone,
knocked out.
down.
as he was walking in, a lucky stone hit him in the eye socket. Right? He lost an eye. So he fell over.
Yeah.
And Ezra, as your captain falls down,
Yes, yeah.
do you immediately want to keep advancing over him? Do you want to pull him back or something else?
Yeah, I'll pull him back.
Okay, so you have to drop
Pull him
your
back.
gear to grab his body and pull him out of there, right? You see captain goes down, you drop the gear, and you're like, shit, right? And you start dragging him out of there, right? He's been hit, he's dying, he's not dead yet. He's at exactly 0 hit points, so he's in our game, negative hit points is death. So at 0, exactly, you're dying, right? You're in between life and death. Let's see.
Purgatory, alright.
You're just bleeding out, right?
So,
There's a chance to be saved.
I should have bandages on me.
So you're pulling
I
Connor
took
out
a
of there.
couple of those times.
As he's
Yeah,
pulling
go
Connor
on.
out of there, Cronus is
I've
gonna
got,
help
I've
pull
got some
Connor.
bandages, bro.
Okay.
Or
good.
it might be safer actually for Cronus to pull him out of there and Ezra to be defensive, right? So,
Yeah, I can definitely pull him out.
because you're further back anyway. So we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me just undo.
Yeah, I got the luck.
All right. So
The
basically,
unlucky hit.
you know,
Like I should
Cronus
have been penetrable, but
is pulling Connor out. He just got so unlucky. You know, he peeked in there and 4 stones went toward him, and one just had to get him in the eye socket, right? Going through the shield and into his
Yeah.
eye, like the gap in his helm. Okay.
if I survive, I get a nasty scar.
Yeah. So let's see. All right, we are pulling Connor out of there, and then TRBOL. How do you want to react to that situation? You know, the crew is carefully advancing.
Yeah, so I've got my shield spell ready, correct? Not shield.
No,
Sorry, sleep.
Sleep spell. Sure.
Oh.
So wait, just wait until I go in. And
We have
then
no line
when
of
I
fire
go
yet.
in, you can come behind me.
Yeah.
So,
You have to.
You guys just run
That's what-
defense.
all right. Would you like your crew to maybe
Alright.
fall back, and then Ezra can fall back to you in trouble? You can peek and try to cast, but they'll target you if you do that. So, we'll see.
I was
Do
gonna.
I not have line of sight
No, you don't.
right now? Can I see them?
No, you can't. There's an open door here,
Let me.
I can't.
but it's
I
not
can't.
lined up, and this guy's in the way still, Ezra. So he is crouching,
Let
but
me drag
it's a
his.
Okay.
small
Let
wall.
me drag his body,
Yeah.
Trouble, and then I can push in.
Okay.
You can push in from behind me while they shoot at me.
So Cronus is pulling him
Yeah,
out of there, and
fair
every
enough.
round Connor is bleeding out from his eye. So Connor is downed. Let me check if he's unconscious or not. So if there's a saving throw versus death here, and if he fails it, he's unconscious and just bleeding out freely. But if he passes, he's conscious and he can put pressure on his own eye socket, right? If there's no pressure
Yeah.
applied, he'll bleed out freely and die, right? So here's your saving throw.
Come on.
Pass. So you're still conscious. Your hand is over your eye right now,
Ooh.
so you're slowing the bleeding.
Yeah, you're gonna
kill me, yeah, you fucking
kobold.
All right, so Connor, you're actually conscious still, and your blood's burning out of your eye socket, and you have your hand over it. His blood is like trying to leak out of your fingers, right? Or leak between your fingers, and Cronus is dragging you
Yeah.
out as you're applying pressure to your own eye, right? So
Yeah.
blood is spurting out of his
Fuck,
face.
It was
I wanna.
Kobold.
It's time for me to put on my big boy pants.
Okay.
Since the captain is injured.
So someone's got to apply
Yeah,
medical
oh.
or give him
Yeah,
medical
right.
attention ASAP. Whoever has
go-
bandages might apply it, or go through his gear and apply his own bandages. All right, we'll take turns deciding what everyone's doing first, just to make sure everything's in order. So as Cronus is dragging him out of here, as Ezra was holding the line up here, as TRBOL was maybe advancing or looking for a line of sight, Jet and Amy still could take an action, right? So Jet, you saw Cronus pulling Connor out of there. You had your bow aimed, right, ready to fire, but they're falling back. Connor got an unlucky hit, right? So, or took a lucky hit to his eye, so it's unlucky for him. What would you like to do? Do you have bandages? Do you want to help him out here, or something else?
Do I have bandages on my person? If I do, help them. If not, what I will do is I'll let is it Amy, the girl? I'll
Yeah.
let her do it as I hold the warbow and watch the north.
Okay, yeah, that
Or
might
I'll
be
hold
safer.
the torch and watch the north. So it depends on what's happening. So if not,
She has no bandages herself, but I think there's bandages in his kit, right? As we know. So
alright.
basically, yeah. If you want, you can stay on guard and give
That's
her
what I'll have
orders,
her
right?
do.
So you tell Amy to go through his gear and bandage him up. So Amy, it's your turn.
Yeah, because I'm useless without something in my hands.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
So Amy, for your turn, as Cronus is pulling him out of there, Jet holds his position, and he's telling you to get his bandages and take care of his eye, right? Do you want to do that, or do you want to do something else?
Yeah, I'll tend to the fallen.
Okay, you tend to Connor's wounds. So you set your torch and staff down on the ground, not in the water. And you go through his satchel, right? Or his knapsack, whatever he has. Oops.
I have a sack. I have a
Sack.
couple sacks.
A sack and a sack. Yeah. A sack.
Mm-hmm. They were used to carry copper.
Alright, so temporarily some of your gear was dropped. And you went through his
Should
gear.
have bandages, because I did take bandages
And
when they were still there.
let's see, he does have a sack. But the idea is that if you had a sack the whole time, or if you had something in your hands, you weren't able to carry the sack, right? It doesn't look like he himself has bandages on him, right? So even if his sack was on him,
No,
which
I had.
Isn't his bandages?
is Connor's right here. Ezra
I know I
has
had
bandages. He's a cleric.
I picked
I've
up some.
I do
So-
have bandages, so if I'm allowed,
Okay, yeah, you can
I'd
tend
like
to.
to fiddle in my. Would that mess up my spell casting?
And then
DM?
yeah, you wouldn't be casting right now. No, you weren't even casting in the first place. So
Okay. No, I thought like in the preparation or whatnot. All right, cool. If I'm not doing anything
no,
much,
you weren't
then
able
I
to
would
because you didn't have
take
enough
out my
action.
bandages. And
Okay.
sorry.
You didn't. Earlier I told you that you were able to get your shield out and put your weapon away, but you weren't able to start casting yet until the next
Yeah.
round. So you haven't actually started, right? Therefore, you won't lose your spell
Okay.
if you change
Alright.
up your action. Plus,
Alright,
you moved.
thank you.
All right, so
I'd like to fiddle in my pocket for my bandages and toss them to whomever is behind me, tending to Connor.
all right, so yeah, and then Connor, bear in mind actually, the rule is right. Some bags don't have straps. Like sacks are really cheap for a reason. They carry more than a knapsack, but they don't actually have straps. So if any supplies was in there, you actually don't have it. So this would have been left outside if you had things in your hands. So we're gonna rule.
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not know that when
I've got a
when I got in that
Okay.
sack.
So if it was left outside, I would have put it in my bag, just in case.
All right. So.
Yeah, I see. When I first got that, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I thought you
you
could
had to
just
carry it by
attach
hand.
it to your belt or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
called sack of sacks, you know.
Sack. so knapsack.
Sacky sack.
Right. Looks like this.
DN,
Right.
DN.
Has drawstrings. What's up?
Can I be AFK for a second? I have to do something.
All good. Yeah, we'll come back to you. Basically, TRBOL thinks he has bandages. Let's see. Let's hope he does. He does. All right. He's passing them over to
Hey.
Amy. Right. So he goes through his pocket or his bag or whatever. He has got a knapsack. He reaches for a bandage and tosses it to Amy. So Amy can start tending to his wounds. Right. But before you do, there's a chance that Connor has already bled out. He has to make it because 10 seconds has passed. He bleeds out every 10 seconds. Right. It's a headshot. So.
Oh,
I feel bad. I feel bad for Connor. I'm not gonna lie.
Connor, here you go.
I'm
You have to
feeling
make another
bad.
saving throw to see if you have bled out now, right? You're putting pressure on the wound. If you weren't, you would not have a chance, right? But because you are,
Yeah.
there's a chance you
Yeah.
haven't bled out yet, right?
Come on, I spent too much money on this character.
It's a fail.
Me too, brother.
All right. So
I did.
Worst comes to worst,
some
we
of
drag
you have
it
a
to you
reroll
guys,
for the
so
game,
you'll
right?
be
If you want, you can maybe use it on Connor, if you really want. So I think
Oh wait.
Oh, level 2 Mitch
Wait,
is
what?
here, huh?
Do it.
he's
Do
not
it.
in the game.
Yeah,
He can't
yeah.
use his. So
It's a
It's
do
not
it.
my
Oh,
reroll.
my
It's not, I
God.
can't use mine. It was one of y'all.
I think
And I will.
yeah. Does anyone know
If
if
I
they
was
have a
there, I
reroll?
could, but I'm
Let's
not.
see. Oh yeah, Ming, you're an adventurer, right?
I'm,
Oh no, wait.
I'm okay with using my shit. I'm okay with it, but like I'm not God.
Yeah, he's not there. You only
You
can
are
use your
God,
special
that's what I
rolls
mean.
if you're in that particular game. So
10
unfortunately,
HP
Connor,
guy.
you're
10 HP,
The,
10 HP God.
yeah. The light of
Right.
day fades, right, and everything goes black. By the time Emmy gets the
Wait, I have.
bandages,
Wait. Don't I have my own reroll for the what is it called? Adventure one?
that's just a normal adventure
Remember
roll.
reading.
So
Okay.
there's the only special rolls that give you special rolls, of course, is Hero, Legend, and Grognards. Get that.
Okay, good to know.
So,
So
in the
I
future,
have to make a new
yeah.
character. Damn it.
It's alright.
That's
Death is
okay.
part
I
of the
revenge
game,
you.
right? Everything is black for Connor. His death will not be in vain.
I
Hopefully,
tried to become impenetrable. That one.
he tried to lead. You know, he's a good leader, leading from the front, right? Right, willing to die for his crew. So
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Captain Connor falls dead.
Honored
Right?
leader.
Oh,
Make sure
and-
the
For,
lead is cold.
for golden glory, and I died for it.
Yep. He died in the pursuit of a kobold raid. He was well equipped. He just had an unlucky start with the hit point roll, right? Only 2 for a fighter. Rough start. He did his best. He had, really good armor and weapons. Hopefully, you guys can bring this home to his next of kin, right? Pass it on to maybe Connor the second or whoever he names as his heir.
Yeah.
But,
Connor with
Yeah.
3 hands.
yeah. So Amy, you were starting to wrap the bandages when you realized he's already dead, right? His eyes are not moving, right? One of the eyes are actually gone. He bled out. So Connor is
I'm gonna avenge him.
lost, and I
Oh.
bled to death.
Why you laughing? Yeah.
Well,
Why'd
you
you
guys-
laugh?
That was me. That was me. That was me. That was me.
You guys have a good game and be successful. Get some gold and some glory.
It's okay. I'm gonna get glory right now. I'm gonna avenge him.
All right. And that is it for Connor and his player for tonight. But the game must continue. Several adventurers are still alive. Whether you guys want to retreat or advance will be up to every member to decide, right? So as Connor dies, as Ezra, holds the line and starts to maybe even take fire. So you can take cover behind this wall so you don't take as much fire. So maybe one still has an angle on you, but barely. Only a net 20 would hit. Yeah, so barely misses or barely has a chance. It was a pretty good shot, but still, yeah, you have good cover, and it hits the wall behind you. TRBOL, of course, was busy tossing his bandage over to Amy, who started to wrap it around Connor, but he was dead. Connor, you just finished CRONUS finished dragging Connor in, yet was ready with the warbow after giving Amy orders, right? But now we're back to EZRA. So EZRA, is it time to retreat? Do you want to take revenge or something else?
Damn, I got 1 HP again.
Yeah, that's tough.
Ooh. Well, swap positions.
Swap position? You want to fall back?
TRBOL. Wanna swap positions?
Yeah, I'll swap positions.
Okay.
Oh,
So TRBOL is moving up,
Yeah.
right? Shield.
Oh,
and
we can shield. I got
spell.
1 HP though.
EZRA falls back.
I kinda wanna.
CRONUS, you want to advance?
Yeah,
You want to get in there, or do you
Yeah,
want to?
I want to advance. I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna advance into a shield wall, and wait. And yeah, TRBOL's gonna follow me from behind the cast.
Okay.
Wait, actually, yeah. Pass
He's
me
up
the
ahead.
torch, cleric.
All right. So.
Yeah.
Back to Amy.
I'll
As
toss it.
you realize Connor is dead, do you want to just pick up your staff and torch again? Put the bandages away.
She's AFK, but I would assume so.
Oh, she's still AFK?
I'm gonna
Okay. Alright, so maybe she's just in shock at this point, right? She's just looking over Connor in shock, right? Realizing he's dead. And then, yet, do you want to still...
Damn, bro, you look like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. Yeah. He's starting to look like you, but you still have an eye, right?
That's Connor.
Connor
That's
is
wild.
Oh shit.
Right.
Connor's bloody eye.
Okay.
That's actually pretty funny.
Jet, do you want to hold the position, or do you want to try something else? Yeah. He's got blood on his eye, but he's still
I'm just holding because if they gotta run and I gotta cover, I don't have a choice.
Alright. So, TRBOL, you carefully advance, but CRONUS is moving up there after you. And he's trying to get ahead of you, maybe?
I'm getting a torch.
Oh, you're getting a torch from EZRA?
I'm getting a torch from the cleric.
Okay. EZRA, do you want to pass your torch to him or something else?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm passing my torch. Providing like your combat.
Alright, how are you going to take it? Are you going to put your shield down or your spear down?
My spear down.
Okay. And then as you pass me your torch, do you want to take a weapon out? You want to take your club out? EZRA? Or do you want to take his spear? He can give you his spear.
Oh. Yeah, I can take. Like,
yeah, go ahead and take my spear, man.
Okay, you took CRONUS'
alright,
spear.
sounds good. Sounds good.
Then Amy, we'll say
plus
she's
one
picking
to
up
hit,
gear.
so. Yeah, they got lights still. Chilling. I'm doing a risk for this party. It's gonna be worth it.
She'll take the bandage from
Wait, I got like a holy symbol. What kind of spells I can cast?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Alright, so bandage falls to the ground.
Anything at low
One
level.
of actually picks up a torch and staff. I think that was so this one's been discarded then. It was already bloodied, I suppose, right? She was tending to his wounds, but it was too late. So bloody bandages, they're of no use now. That was one of course
Bang, you there?
TRBOL's bandages.
Yeah.
He's got one left.
Alright, cool. You know the plan, right? Alright.
CRONUS, you're with the
I'll be
torch now.
You're gonna be right behind you,
Right-
man. So you can cast your spell.
right up behind you.
Yeah, I'm your defense, man. You're gonna.
So, TRBOL-
We rely on you.
You wanna step away from
Yeah.
let CRONUS go first.
Protect me.
Okay, so
Yep, I
CRONUS,
don't mind. I know
you
what I'm
step in
doing.
there.
I'm risking it.
You start to take fire as soon as you step
Yeah.
inside, right? Enemies open fire.
fine
all at once,
defensively.
a volley.
Yep.
Of course, stones head toward you. You block all the shots, right? You're able to advance
Alright,
in.
keep moving.
Do you want to move east or do you want to move
TRBOL!
south? Which way?
Keep going down south.
Alright, you
South.
advance
South.
And then TRBOL, you want to move into? Stay behind him. You want to move off to the east or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. And then CRONUS, are
behind
you
you.
standing upright? If you do,
Drafting,
you
I'm
can provide
basically
full
drafting.
cover to him. So are you crouching or are you
Yeah,
standing?
I'll be. No, I'll be standing upright because I want to
does
keep pace
it-
with him.
Okay, CRONUS, are you crouching?
Kind of.
I'm gonna
for
be.
now.
I'm gonna be
Crouching.
standing.
Standing? Okay. you move in there,
Yeah.
standing,
I'm
shield in front of you.
I'm a big armored guy.
Right, you're huge. You're like a wall. And then TRBOL, you're standing too. And you want to peek around him, right, at the enemy. So
Yep.
you have
Over
your
the
shield in
shoulder.
front of you, right. As he moves in, you moved in right after him, and he took all the shots, right. And they like started to fall back as they fired, right, all together. And then Ezra's
hero.
moving in. And then do you want to hold position back here with these two, or do you want to do something else?
No, I'm advancing into the frame.
We need to, like, together move towards the door, but make sure we're not through the door, over the rear, just in case we can find one.
Okay. Tamaki, are you back? Alright, she is AFK still.
She's still in shock.
Yeah, she's still in shock.
Yeah. She's probably doing some
She's
fancy
still
stuff
in
right now.
I'm sure she'll be back.
And back to CRONUS, you moved in there, you took fire, TRBOL moved in after you as you were taking fire, and he steps into the position and starts to cast, right? So he cast it halfway through the round, so his spell will go off halfway through the next round. Alright, so it's the next round now.
Yeah.
And halfway through this next round, his spell's gonna actually, be casted, right? So he's in the middle of casting still. CRONUS says you stepped in there, you want to keep holding the shield wall? You want to, hold that position? Right.
Yeah, I wanna hold that position.
And if you get in front
try
of him,
to
he can't see
antagonize
you.
the kobolds, come get me. You know?
So you stay behind the shield and you taunt them, right? And then Ezra.
Yep, so they can focus on me.
Sounds good. Do you want to move around TRBOL and try to get into position, or do you want to stay here at the tunnel?
Yeah, I'll move around and do a shield up.
Okay, carefully you're moving around.
Defensive formation.
Alright, so basically, as they see TRBOLs here, they see you as well. I'm gonna roll the reaction, and if they react positively toward you, they'll focus fire on you, right? And if they react negatively, they will split the shots between you and TRBOL, right? So your charisma, right, your ability to taunt them, to make them angry, is based on your charisma. So, and then what do you want to say as the taunt? Just say, "Come get me," right? That's a pretty normal taunt.
I say, you guys stink, you guys suck, you're gonna die.
Right, so that's a pretty cruel taunt. So you'll get a +1 bonus to make them agree with what you want, a favorable result to you. So your charisma score is okay. So CRONUS average, right? So is that pause? Okay, so yeah, +1. So yeah, they kind of go with what you want. You insult them, they all like start firing on you, right? Like try to like go through your shield, right? They just light you up as TRBOL's spell is about to go off, right? Okay, here comes your shots. You're taking fire.
Yes, sir.
All are misses. Right, nothing hits you. And then Ezra's going around, and TRBOL, your spell goes off, and Jet's kind of getting up there, right, with his bow ready. And here comes a spell.
Fucking teamwork.
2d8 sleep hit dice, right? Okay, so TRBOL, you affected to 5. All of them are affected. Saving throws versus sleep. And I think, let's check their saving throw. KOBOLDS. Alright, here they are. So, okay, so they save as a normal man, so they need, I think, an 18 or 17 against spells. Right here, so normal man,
That's
spells,
crazy,
17.
yeah.
They need a 17 or higher to pass. Alright, one passes, so this one
Nat
here
20.
passed. The other ones fell asleep.
Whichever one passed, can I send a bow into him at the end of the round?
There wasn't a line of sight there, unless
That's fair.
unless CRONUS crouched at that moment. CRONUS, did you want to crouch?
If you tell me, I'll do it. Yeah.
Right, so like Jet's like, get down, right? And as TRBOL's casting a spell, he's like, get down. And CRONUS, you were able to get down as a reaction to Jet's order, right? And Jet, you were able to launch an arrow at this last one here that didn't fall asleep. Let's see if it's a hit.
Yep.
Ezra moved up carefully. That's a hit, and yeah,
+4, yep,
you
he's
pinned him
dead,
into the
he's
wall.
dead.
There's no chance of survival there. It's a war bow, right? It's a huge, heavy bow. Yeah, he launched him to the fucking wall. Right, so he's dead. They're all dead, or these guys are sleeping, right? Oh yeah, there's some that were still sleeping. They actually woke up to all of this. They were the back lines. Technically, they were woken up already by then. So let me yeah, these guys were right behind the first guys, which are asleep. So he's dead. he's asleep, and he's asleep, and these guys were behind these three. One more could be affected actually, because there's 5 hit dice worth of sleep spells. So that's 13. Alright, we know this guy, was he? Yeah, he was killed. This one should be dead. So that's dead.
Yeah, I couldn't earlier.
I'd like to loot
That's
him
it.
and loot the rest when I have a chance.
Well, we still got 3 guys. We still got 3. So this guy actually failed too, so he's asleep. So 4 are asleep magically. These are all magically slumbered, these 4. 2 are still awake. They gotta make a morale check. It's over half their numbers. They pass the morale check. And these last 2 have shielding clubs, right? And they're being defensive, right? They have their shields raised. They're scared in the corner. You know, they pass the morale check. Actually, let me check if they're going to be defensive or offensive. So upon sleeping these guys, they are brave enough to not retreat. And they're actually brave at the charge. They do a bold charge. So as Yet's bow sniped one into the wall, these last 2 charged our positions. Cronus, of course, and EZRA are able to react in time. You know, EZRA, you round the corner, you stab at one. Cronus, you can slash your torch at the other if you want. Do you want to do that, or do you want to shield bash him or something else?
I'm a shield bash. I'm a shield bash this guy.
Okay, so shield bashing's easy to hit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So Cronus goes for, oh wow. Okay, so Cronus, you try shield bashing, right? So but as soon as you like moved your shield, actually, right? You moved it so weird. I guess basically, it's a fumble for you. You gotta fumble this now. You accidentally throw your shield, or you like toss the shield toward him, right? You like accidentally like let go of the shield and like flies toward him, right? And
That's not how you shield bash.
yeah, you try to shield bash him, but you end up throwing the shield into the wall, right? So you just disarmed yourself. You like shield bash, but let go of the shield.
Okay.
Fly into the wall.
Would it be able to hit the other kobold if it's going like that?
No, it's a fumble, so it's supposed to be in their favor, right? It's something disfavorable to you, right? So you do so. If anything, it would fly into EZRA, right? You would slam EZRA accidentally, like overswing, right?
There you go.
So you were defensive, then suddenly you kind of just like tossed your shield, or you threw yourself forward to shield bash, but you ended up like accidentally tripping. Probably you ended up tripping, and that's what caused you to like, as you like got up and stood up, maybe there's a cramp, but you ended up just kind of throwing or dropping your shield forward, basically just disarming yourself.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
You throw your shield
That's
forward.
Fair.
Alright, so that's Cronus' shield.
That's fair.
With the fumble. Alright. And this kobold ends up running into you with this club. Swinging it into you. Unfortunately, it just bounces off your armor. Right? Nothing happens, right? Just hits you in the armor. It just a dink, right? And no effect. And then EZRA, of course, as this guy charged you, you speared him. So let's see if you can land a hit.
You have a +1 spear.
Alright, he missed
Let's
that.
go.
He missed. So you speared at it, it went past your spear, it bravely charged past it, and jumps into you and swings its spiked club at you.
Oh no.
Fortunately, you parried it. Right? You blocked his
Oh
swing.
shit, there you go.
Alright, and after that, of course, if you guys want, you can remain crouched. Now, when you're crouched, though, you're easier to hit, actually, in melee, right? Because you don't have a good footing. They can smash your head. But
Okay.
it's back to TRBOL and Yet. So Yet, you see an opening, right? If Cronus, are you still crouched, right? So
Yeah, I'm still crouched.
Jet, you want to fire over him and into this guy? He just failed to. Oh yeah, this guy went past your attack. By the way, he tried to hit you. His weapon dinked off your armor. So Jet, if you want, you can try to fire over Cronus into this guy.
Turn him into wall
All right. There's a chance though, because they're in melee, they're in close contact, that when you fire over, if you somehow manage to miss, you're gonna hit Cronus in the back of the head possibly. Are you willing to take that risk? Because they're so close to each other, right?
Go ahead, man. Just go ahead.
He doesn't have a helmet on. All right. He sends it. Okay, 10 with all bonuses applied. It's +1 for short range. And
He
you're a
has a
fighter.
+4.
Why would he have a +4 here?
Didn't he say he had a +4 earlier?
Oh, Tamaki has head out. Alright, we'll see you later, Tamaki. Thanks for coming, though. Appreciate you. Alright. All good, Tamaki. Let's see. So, Jet, you have a +1 for close range.
Close range.
It's already bonus of +1, so that's +2 now. I think it's all your bonuses right now. Yeah. Alright. So that's a +2 total, and therefore you have 12 to hit. This guy has a shield and a club. So therefore you actually hit him in the shield. Right? So your arrow hits him in his shield.
Didn't he just swing?
Yeah, but his shield passively defends him, right? So you hit his shield.
Oh yeah.
It gives it -1. If he's defensive, it'll have a higher bonus. It still has a passive defense. Yeah. Covering his body. Some of his body still. Just like everyone else, right? So that uses the shield.
Yep.
So, anyway, it's the default bonus of -1. And then defensive of -2 against bows, of course. If he was defensive, it would be a -4. Which is really bad, right? He wasn't being defensive, though. He's being offensive. You hit him with the shield. Alright, the roll was too low, for sure. TRBOL, you get your shield out after casting Sleep. Which was used your memorize spell of the day, right? So,
Yeah,
do you want to
I
get a
did.
scroll out at this point?
Yeah.
Or do you want to grab a weapon?
Yes. Yes. No, I'll be taking out a scroll.
You can literally pull the sword out of my sheath if you need to.
No, I'm not a melee dude. What I'd like to do, DM, and let me know if it's possible. It's not 2 actions and movement.
Oh, if you want.
I'd like to walk up to CRONUS and pass him my shield.
This spear, by the way, is gone.
And then get behind him and ready a scroll.
Okay, a scroll. Okay, so you'll stay behind CRONUS, and you have your shield in front still. You're pulling out a scroll at this moment. So
Yeah, but I want to pass him my shield.
Oh,
Can I
pass
do
him your
that
shield
as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say like CRONUS, you're nudging him over.
Need
You're
shield.
like,
Take
passing,
this.
Yeah, you pass him your shield with the other hand pulling out a scroll. Yeah, that's fine. So you're getting a scroll.
Alright,
out,
I'll take the shield.
So CRONUS, after throwing your shield, for your next turn, you can either grab that shield, but as you're grabbing it, you're gonna get attacked. Is that fine? You can you can attack right after you grab it, but like
You know what? Fine.
you're busy in a combat. So you want to turn around and grab the shield, or do you want to just focus on fighting, or something else?
I'm gonna turn around. He gets a bonus if I turn around, right?
Yeah, so you gotta like turn and reach for the shield.
Nah, I'm gonna focus
travel?
on fighting. I'm gonna punch him.
Okay, you just slap your fist into him.
Yeah.
Alright, so he ignored
I'm not trying to lose. I'm not
trouble.
trying to give him no advantage.
You got ignore trouble.
Yeah.
You're passing your shield. He's not taking it. He just punts it with his fist, right? Tries to at least. And then Ezra, of course, you're in close contact with this kobold who's trying to beat you down with this club as you're crouched low. And when you're crouched, they've got the high ground. They're smashing with the bonus of +1 to hit. CRONUS, you're trying to kill this guy with your fist. Let's see if it works out for you. Alright. That's a hit, but I forgot to check initiative. So you're in heavy armor, but you're a fighter.
I get a +1 at Dex, right?
Okay. Yeah, you have 4 initiative. His initiative is 1. So after swinging his club and hitting in the armor, which it dinked him, you just kind of lowered the shield for a second to just slam your fist into him. You got the first strike, you landed a hit, and you dealt 1 plus your strength bonus of damage, which is of course your strength is average. So and then double damage because you're twice his size, over twice his size. So you did 2 damage to him, right? Which could potentially kill him still. Right. So he's dying, right? Or it's subdual damage.
Nice.
So he's not dying, but you broke a bone for sure, right? Where did you want to punch him? In his ribs, in his face? Where did you hit him? The neck?
Punch him in the throat.
Where'd you hit him? The dick?
Break the jaw. I want to punch him in the jaw. Break it.
All right, you broke his jaw. So you punched him in the jaw, right? You broke it, and let's see if he's conscious or not. He knocks out right from that hit. He's not dying of subdual damage, but you broke his jaw, right? And he's unconscious.
Yeah, that's for Connor. That was for Connor.
Knockout. All right. So you knocked that guy out, right? You just lowered the shield first, or you didn't even have your shield, right? You threw your shield. You had a torch in one hand. You just kind of just punt him with your fist, right? And he went staggering back with a broken jaw, right? Ezra, in your situation, you're crouched. You're behind your shield. You kind of peek over to start stabbing and thrusting with your spear. While this guy is very close to you, so he has initiative. So before you can get another thrust in there, are you going for a shield bash, or are you going for a stab or something else?
Ooh.
In this melee.
Can I get up and do a shield bash?
Yeah, you can stand up. So you stand up, you get up, so you got the high ground now, you're way bigger than him. As you're getting up and you're about to shield bash him, he swings his club into you, right? He has the initiative. And he nat 20s you, so doubles the damage.
Ooh.
You might be cooked here. Fortunately, they have half damage still, because they're half your size, right? Less than half your size. So 1d4, and you only have 1 hit point though. You're young EZRA, 15 years old, right? So you're starting to stand up, right? But as you get up, he before you can get up, he smashes your head. So you try to get up, he hits you for 2 damage and splits your head open, right? He caves your helmet in, right? So your helmet is dented, and it blows up your brains, right, from under, right? Your skull is fractured, your brain is in mush, right? And he killed EZRA there, right?
Oh my god.
So he smashes EZRA's head.
Rest in peace.
Poor Acolyte, you know, brand new to the team, gets fucking whacked, right? So we lost another. Thank you for playing, brother. Sorry, Nico, you died again as another EZRA.
I died again.
You died again.
Second. It's alright. Hopefully you can get something out of this. Hopefully your crew compensates your death, right? If they can all escape. But thanks for playing, brother. Have a good night if you're gonna head out. Otherwise you can spectate.
Alright.
GG's, bro.
Sure.
So we lost another brother tonight. It's 2 out. And for just a handful of kills. Kobolds are getting the best of us at the moment. We had a lot of teamwork, but they're just getting very lucky tonight. These stupid kobolds, right? There's like freaking 1 left, and he just had to kill EZRA.
I know.
Right after that, of course, you get your retaliation shot. Right, here comes your shot going in for this kobold as he smashed EZRA's head in. You've got a clear line of fire as CRONUS is crouched. EZRA's not in the way. Here comes the next shot, and that is a miss as well. You missed him, and as you miss him, you know, CRONUS. Now it's up to TRBOL. Maybe TRBOL, you got to scroll out. You got your shield. You want to read your scroll and cast the spell, or do you want to save it?
Yes, why not?
Okay. Better save the sorry, I suppose. So he's yeah. What the fuck?
The magic missile.
That
yeah, I know. That's
sleeping,
what I'm thinking.
Snoring in the call. Yeah, he's
What
snoring.
is okay, if I may cast, I'll cast magic missile.
Okay, your magic missile scroll. Okay, so
yeah, it's overkill, but why not?
Yeah, so you're reading that right now. We'll say. Yeah, you're reading it right now. It will go off at the end of the round. But while you're in the middle, I guess this is the last chance. If you don't, by the way, how magic missile works is once you cast it, it's like a floating energy that follows you until you're ready to launch. And once you have it cast it, you don't actually have to throw it right away. It will just float around until you're ready to cast. And it automatically hits, of course. And it beats initiative. It always wins initiative, right? Like it's instantaneous. Once it's already matched it. So even if you don't need it, or if you don't need to cast it on this guy, after you cast it, it will stay with you for a while, like as a last resort kind of spell to launch.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's
I think it's like 2 turns, 20 minutes before it dissipates. So anyway, this kobold charges CRONUS. CRONUS, you're in a 1v1 with him. You know, you just punt at one of them, right, with your fist. Another one comes toward you. You want to punch him too?
It.
Okay, punch another. So you're crouched. You know, you're on your, you know, you're crouched and you're just fighting them at their own level, right? Giving them a chance to have a fair fight. All right, here you go. So he runs toward you. You have more reach than him. So you had first strike, which you missed, and then here's his chance to hit you. All right, and he moves in. Yeah, just hits your armor, right? So there's 2 types of punches technically. If you want, you can go for a you can also try grappling too, by the way, or hitting the armor. You can also try to hit someone's armor, right, instead of weak points. I had you aim for a weak point, right?
Can I just grab his weapon since he's like a fucking flimsy little dude?
So you swung at him, right, at one of the weak points, like his head or something, right? Something in particular. You miss a swing. He came toward you to slam his club into you, but it just bounced against your armor, right? And then Jet was able to fire his next shot, right? So Jet, at this point, I think you've fired up to like 4 shots now during this game. I forgot to track it.
Yeah, this would be, let's see, 1, 2, this would be my 3rd shot.
3rd shot? Okay. So, let me mark that then.
Yeah, because my 1st shot was an absolute kill. The 2nd shot, nope, this will be my 4th shot.
4th,
yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. 4th shot.
Because the 3rd shot was a
Jet. Where's Jet? Okay, so you're down to 6 arrows. Easily replaced. They're cheap. Here comes your
Yeah, I can go
there's your
grab
fourth
my
shot.
little-
That's another miss, sadly.
still healing.
So you missed him. They continue their melee. TRBOL spell is casted now, so you've got a magic missile with you. Do you want to launch it or do you want to save it?
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna launch it because I think we need to hightail it.
Yeah. Okay. So 1d6 plus 1 damage automatically hits, and you're twice the size, so your magic is twice the power. Then I'll say it's also magical power. So I'm gonna say, yeah, double for the damage. It's huge. All right, so you blew him up, right? You launch the missile, he blows up. You just exploded this kobold to little bits in front of CRONUS. All right, the battle's won. The enemy are killed. Some of them are sleeping, which CRONUS you can stomp them to death.
Yeah.
You can get in there and do the same.
Yeah, I think we should execute the sleeping.
Yeah, we can just slice it.
All right, you move in there.
Execute and loot them.
To execute the enemy and loot them, right? Bear in mind, smaller enemies are easier to kill, but also harder to hit typically.
Yeah.
They also can fit more in an area.
Yeah.
These kobolds should only be about half an XP each, I think. Let's see, or less. So, yeah, I would say
I'm
they're about half
collecting
an
my
XP
spear.
each.
I'm collecting my shield and spear. So.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, so I just want to loot these bodies and yeah, head on out of here. There's only three of us
Maybe they got a personal treasure.
Their heads are worth about 5 coppers apiece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, and this is their encampment. It's a small treasure hoard here in their camp, by the way. There's a wooden door here, but they have a supply stash here, actually. It's valued.
Yeah, is it guarded? That's what we need to figure out.
Okay. So it's a small supply stash. Okay. So it is supplies, alright, and it's valued at 500 coppers worth of supplies.
That's good. For now.
It various supplies, right? So it's going to be equipment and supplies, actually. So various equipment.
Okay.
Which you can leave it
Yeah.
here.
How do we carry
Or
all
you can
of
try
it?
to carry it, right? I would say the rough estimate of its weight is roughly 50 pounds of equipment and supplies, right?
A bag that can carry most of that. But we need people to put on the bodies or whatever, get the bodies out.
Hey, DM, I'm collecting my shield and spear.
Alright, yeah, so shield and spear can be recollected for sure.
Because Urza had my stuff, so.
You guys can put his pull arm back on him and drag him out of here so his next character can just get all the gear, right? Amy's broken. Yeah. She's just ready to leave, right? She's shaking. We'll say you guys can assign her the job of at least carrying Connor out of here. It takes 2 to carry him fast, though. If it's only 1, you're going to take forever. So 2, you will move at a normal pace still.
Travel will help us carry him.
Okay, so let's say after looting the kobolds, these 2 will carry our comrade out, right? His corpse. We need 2 to carry Ezra's corpse out, then 2, if we want to. I mean, there's not much on Ezra, so you might just leave him behind.
Yeah, I'm taking my shield and spear.
Yeah, because he really didn't have much.
He has my +1 spear.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah, you get your spear back for sure. Yeah, he didn't have much
Make
on
sure
him.
we get the treasure.
So we'll take the treasure. I guess we'll leave his body there.
Yeah, you can drag it off to the side if you want. Sadly, it's just not worth carrying him out of here because he didn't have much on him to begin with, right? So for sure, it's worth carrying Connor out of here, right, with all his gear.
He was our leader, of course. We need to drag him out.
But poor Ezra, the acolyte, it's just not worth it, right? It's not worth the money. So this is more valuable. So you 2 will be in charge of carrying heads out, and if you want supplies and equipment, do you guys want to take this with you?
What are the
50
supplies?
pounds.
For the supplies and heads,
500 coppers worth of 50
the
pounds.
Supplies and equipment, yeah.
You can sell this back in town, by the way. So.
Yeah, let's take that. Let's take that, and we get to anything that's money related of the kobolds. We'll take the heads.
We have to make sure you have capacity
to
carry it first of all, though, too. So if you didn't bring a backpack with you, for example, you can't carry all of that stuff. So let's check CRONUS.
I think I've got it back.
CRONUS, you did not bring any baggage, it looks like. Oh, you have a satchel. Okay. Satchel carry up to 40 pounds. You've got some supplies, but not a lot. You got about 5 pounds of supplies. So I will say you're going to be in charge of carrying heads. Each head weighs about 5 pounds. Kobold
Okay,
heads.
that's fine.
There's a total of 8 to collect, I think. Yeah, so that's 40 pounds. So you can carry all but one. And the last one you can just carry it by hand.
I can just carry it. I can just put the head on the tip of the spear.
Okay, sure.
Skewered.
Alright, you skewer the head on the spear then. Okay. The other ones you put in your satchel. Your satchel's bloody, but you can wash it later. CRONUS for you. Oh yeah, no, JECHT for you on the other hand. You'll be in charge of the equipment supplies. Let's see. And you do have a satchel, it looks like. Yeah, which can carry up to 40 pounds of gear. So you already have supplies in there.
I got 2 hands.
You've got roughly 20 pounds or 15 to 20 pounds worth of gear in there. So therefore, you can grab up to 20 more pounds worth of equipment supplies. There's going to be 30 left. So 300 coppers or worth of supplies is going to be left behind. You're going to take 200. And you can come back for that later. Some other adventure. But we'll wrap it up here then. So your crew is going to head out. Hopefully you don't encounter anything on the way out. Every 30 feet of retreat is an encounter check. So another combat.
Sorry, GM, I've got a question.
What's up?
If I were to empty my bag of everything but my scrolls, would I then be able to add more loot to it?
Possibly. We could check. Let me check the time though. Alright, it's currently that combat was roughly 10, and then looting was roughly another 10. Another encounter check had to be made during 12:40. Ah, fuck. Alright, at 12:40 actually there was an encounter possibly. Let's see what kind it was. So while you guys were in the middle of looting, basically this occurred. Encounter 6. Okay. Check the chart. Level 1. Right. Unfortunate. So your crew was in the middle of looting and such, right? You guys were in the middle of looting, getting ready to leave, when a group of enemies approached. We were not surprised. They were not surprised. And the distance we hear them from, dungeon distance, we can hear them, right? So it's typically 1d6, I think, times 10. Or let me check the distance. Encounters. Here it is. Okay. Combat. No. Encounter. Alright. The distance is... Oh, here. 2d6 times 10 feet. So you hear them somewhere 40 feet from your position while you're in the middle of looting, right? Let's see their reaction to your group. They hear you guys looting. Their reaction's indifferent. So they don't really care what you're doing at the moment. Right, they're 40 feet somewhere further up ahead, like to the east is where you hear them. So they're somewhere in the dungeon further ahead. These monsters, they sound like demi-humans, and they're speaking like a different language. And the only one that understands them would be someone like a dwarf, right? It sounds like... So some type of small, grotesque humanoid is speaking toward the east, right? Were you guys interested in interacting with that thing, or just want to go about your business and keep looting? Whatever it is not immediately.
No, let's just go about our business and keep looting.
Okay, you finished looting the enemy. You bagged their heads. Something else is out there. It doesn't sound like a kobold. Some other demi-humans to the east, but you ignore it. And fortunately, it wasn't interested in your crew, right? It was just doing its own thing. You loot. That means you were able to loot up. Now you're on the way out, and on the way out, every 30 feet of careful retreat, there's a chance you'll every 10 or every 60, because it's every 2 turns. Also, we gotta refill torches. We'll say we'll have 2 torches lit still. You'll put the torches, I guess, on the corpses, just kind of like. Oh no, that's too dangerous. I guess you will just have to like carry a torch while dragging, right? So I can see it's possible. Kind of, right? So we'll say like the strongest of you will do that, right? Carry the weight and carry a torch. Do you guys want 1 or 2 torches while you're escaping?
Torches.
Yeah, why not?
Expend it from
We got gold coming.
Jet's inventory this time. So, Jet, you're out 3. Alright, if that's okay. And then let's check for encounters on the way out. So again, every 60 feet, every 2 turns is an encounter. So, here's roughly 30, roughly 60 there. You would retreat to this position here. That was a chance for an encounter, and these guys carried out the loot. Something like that. So, fortunately, there wasn't an encounter at that time. That was the time between 1300 to 1310. And the last stretch of the retreat. So at 1330 is your escape time. We'll check for an encounter. Alright, safely you escape the dungeon with your loot. And you're dead. Congratulations, you made it out alive. Party of adventurers. 2 casualties. A decent spoil. Some experience. We got some combat in there. It was worth, let's see, 2, 4, 6, or, yeah, there's 8. So 4 experience points were earned. On top of the treasure you looted from the area, it was worth 2 experience worth of treasure. So it's a total of 6 XP to divvy out. There were 6 crew members in total, technically, right? So I would say 1 to each, including the dead. If it goes to the dead characters, their next characters will inherit some extra money, pretty much. So,
Nah.
that is what is fair, right? As they die for your crew. If you want to go against it, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
So everyone gets 1 XP. Alright. So Connor received 1, so you went to 2. Jet, you went to 1, or you got 1, so you got 2. CRONUS, you received your first. TRBOL received his 11th point. EZRA received his first. His next character will get to see use of that. It's an extra 10 coppers to his next build. And then, of course, Amy received 1 as well, despite her breaking down kind of mid-adventure, in the midst of combat. Alright, so decent run. Money-wise, on the way home, when you would split your treasure's value, 8 coppers, or I meant 5 coppers per head of the kobolds you killed. So that's 40 coppers, plus the loot. Did you guys plan to sell just sell all the supplies and equipment?
Yeah, well, that's what I'd like to do. What do you guys think?
That would be fair, and then you can buy more if you need it. Otherwise, you'll just
I'm
money.
carrying it, so I'm selling shit.
Yeah,
Alright.
good.
Selling?
Let's do
Alright.
it. Let's do it.
So we
Sell
sold
everything.
it. You're gonna receive 200 coppers, right? Which you can split 6 ways, including with the dead who died for the crew, right? They lose out a little more because they'll get taxed, but it will go to their banked accounts, right? So their next of kin will inherit the money, 90% of it.
Yeah.
And if we split 206 ways, let me check the math real quick. Or it's not 200 actually, it's 240 total, right? 240. So that should be an even split.
40.
Yeah, 40 each.
Yeah.
Pretty good haul of treasure. So Connor's next character, he had 13 in the bank because he died. That 40 he would have received goes to his immediate bank account. So 53 in the bank. So his next character will inherit 90% of that. So he didn't die for nothing, right? He gets something out of this. Geese, right? You receive 40. That's just in your pocket, pretty much. Not going to the bank quite yet. CRONUS, you received 40. TRBOL receives 40. So pretty good haul, right? Everyone got a little experience and a little money. And then EZRA, of course, he died. He goes to his banked account. So his next character will receive it. That's quite unfortunate. We had 2 casualties today. So killed by KOBOLD. KOBOLD. Head caved in. Alright. Amy, of course, received her 40. And let's make sure you guys got home safe. There was a 3-hour travel.
Depression.
Safe travels back to town. Alright, GG's, gentlemen. Thanks for playing. I probably will run another game today if you guys are still awake. Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, GM.
Otherwise, if you're not,
I would like to play next session. I'll be waiting.
It'll be in an hour from now if you're still awake. If not, no worries.
Yo, Meg, you want to play again?
No, man.
It's probably super late for him. Yeah.
Okay.
I got time.
Alright, I'll see you guys in an hour. Thanks for playing. And have a good rest of your night, Ming. See you, Geese and Carm, if you're headed back, or we're coming back for the last one tonight. Thanks for playing, guys. It was fun. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, guys. Ciao.